Ahoy there, wonders. I'm Bushy McBeardy Face. No, Nick's gone. What happened what'd you do with Nick?
Yeah, Stefan, what'd you do with Nick?
Brian, why aren't you at the tech station?
I am at the tech station.
Who's flying the plane?
Fuck! Oh, no!
Hi, everybody. Nick and Grant are off at Anime Expo this week, so we're bringing you a special little how do you do with kobolds.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, these guys
shit.
right here.
Yep.
Those boys. Also, a little bit of housekeeping. Normally, this being the first session of the month, we would do the Discord
AMA.
Q&A, AMA session. But since half of our normal crew is off in LA, we're going to be doing that next week. Next week, we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. But what have we got on board this week, Zito?
Well, it will be in the same universe as the game that Los Oranis is on. Different planet, different rules, some kind of fun surprises that I think is going to be all kinds of nonsense, and yet somehow all works. At least based on my notes, I pray to God. So, are we all ready to enter a magical adventure with quotation marks around the magical?
I, Ben Creighton, am ready. Let's introduce, for those who don't know, our two special guests for the day. You may have seen Brian on the
superhero one
the
shot.
superhero one shot. He's normally our tech guy. Tyler of Anime FMK fame is filling in for him behind the tech desk today.
Woo!
just that so.
Hi, Tyler.
Oh yeah. Hi, Tyler. Oh yeah. And wearing the purple trunks, Stefan.
Yes, that is me. You've probably not seen me much at all unless you've seen me like run away when the tech camera goes on. I've been working here for a while. I just don't spend a lot of time on the streams, but I'm here now.
Yep, Stefan does a lot of editing stuff for us, a lot of art stuff for us. Did a lot of the editing on the last couple of Hellsing abridged.
No, I did the last one. I did not do the one before that, but I did do the one before that.
That's right. So 6 and 8, but not 7.
Right.
And also working on Fistmaster for us, for those of you who have seen the trailer. Which you should have. It's out there. It's on the channel right now. You can go watch it.
If you haven't seen it, it's really on you.
Yeah.
That's your fault, chat.
Yeah. It's also been on the stream, so you've had multiple opportunities to see it, and if you haven't, then it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it is fine, especially this nice Liberty Ale by Anchor Brewing Company.
Boy, how much did we get paid for that chill?
None, but I really, really like this beer. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I like the thing that I'm holding in my hand, too, and as soon as they're willing to pay me for it, I'll tell you just how much I like it.
Let me show you how much I like it real quick.
Are we doing?
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
it's gonna be one of those sessions
right.
tonight.
I half expect you to throw it
God
across
is
the room.
God is literally drunk with power tonight. So
He's drunk with something.
Listen, I gotta be drunk. It's Liberty Ale, and tomorrow is the day of our Lord and Savior, Independence Day.
Yep, John Independence, our Lord and Savior.
Yes.
Saved us from the Nazis.
as he decreed, welcome to Earth.
All right, so are we all ready, gentlemen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Heldrum, Sector Theta, Bristlewalk, Sector Gate, Route 4, just outside of the town of Bristlewalk, heading into the Sector Gate freeway leading to the Goblin Kingdom, there is a small, failing restaurant run by a hobgoblin. The hobgoblin's name is Mr. Shiftgear, who owns the Toad in the Hole. Due to the construction of the new route that is being put onto the Sector Gate, the restaurant has been failing. What's left is a pit stop and a really shitty restaurant that has been all kinds of just run down and a couple of violations here and there. Even so much so that the only people who are working at this restaurant are a couple of under-the-table kobolds.
I mean, we kind of have to be. Tables up there. We're short.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, kobold humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that part.
Yeah.
Just, we'll introduce you guys as you cut through the camera. I mean, we're right here.
Yeah.
You know.
However, other small races also work here, like goblins, because they are the majority of Heldrum's people in this sector. When I say sector, think of it this way. Heldrum is a planet that is built on multiple asteroids. There is all kinds of technological advances. There are all kinds of magical advancements. Like, it just all meshed together. So, if you wanted to compare it to something, think Shadowrun.
Okay.
We're pretty much in modern fantasy times at this point. However, you're kind of like... Think of like a small town just outside of the Redwood Forest in California. And like just off in the distance, you could see Hollywood. That's essentially what's going on right now. Business, however, has been stated to pick up once the freeway opens again. However, there is a small problem as Mr. Shiftgear busts in through the door at the now 2 a.m. stop, where only a couple of employees are here and one little old lady who always just comes in and drinks coffee and never leaves. All right, you fucking bums, get in here right this second. Get in here right this second.
You know, I could have been trying to sleep. I wasn't, but I could have been.
Oh, you little bastards. All right, there's one of you. Where the other is? Where's the guy working behind the counter? Why is no one trying to sell tater tots to that little old lady over there who I think she's been dead for like 4 days. She's been there for 4 days, right?
I mean, I got her wallet 3 ago, so...
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Where's the tater tot boy? Get out here!
Which one of us is the tater tot boy?
So,
Sorry.
why don't... Okay.
That was really good. Sorry, that caught me off guard. I'm good.
All right, so 3 employees of the Toad in the Hole kind of just hobble themselves out from behind the counter. Describe yourselves, gentlemen, starting from Ben.
My name's John Smog. Not like the guy from The Halfling, that popular novel by J.R.R. Tolkien. Not like that guy. That's Smaug. I'm John Smog. Smog.
What do I put you on payroll for?
You didn't. I run the mechanic shop.
Yeah, because I run it. I own it. Wait, do I? Shit, I don't even know. Let me explain Mr. Shiftgear to you. Mr. Shiftgear is a very tall, like, almost bright orange-colored bugbear. And if you don't know what a bugbear is, think a goblin, but the size of a regular person. Beefed up and, like, teeth just jutting out from his mouth. His biceps are bigger than his whole body. This man looks like he can't walk. He has to waddle. He's got all kinds of tattoos running down his arms. This guy looks like a biker. You're essentially a goblin biker man is your boss right now. You can smell this man's odor from like 15 miles away. His hair is kind of mopped down, and there's actually little bits of shrapnel. Almost looks like if someone shot him in the head, and then it was patched over with what looks like a little neon blip, like almost like a pacemaker, but it's in his forehead. All right, Smog. All right. Well, I'm glad you're all here. Well, who are you again?
I always have to do this every time we have a...
That's right, because I own your paycheck, and you remind me why I'm paying you.
Yeah, I know. Just call me Brundle. At least the boys back in the platoon always did. I'm your cook. That's why you pay me.
Wait, if you're my... I keep seeing him. Who's he?
My name is William Smith. All one word, William Smith. And you know, I serve people. I detest it, but I serve people things.
Why did I even hire you in the first place then? Why are you even here?
I ask myself why I'm here every day. I shouldn't be here. But as for why you hired me, I also.
Oh, I remember you. You wanted to go into the Goblin Kingdom to get yourself to be an actor, and you couldn't make it out there. So you came here.
I am a professional, sir. I may have not been paid yet, but it's a state of mind.
So much for those acting classes.
The acting classes are paying off. Not with money, but...
Exposure.
No!
You can tell the artist in this room, can't you, Chad?
The artist and the actor.
No, I am paid in unlocking my inner talent and skill.
Not exposure. What's that other X word? Ex-wives.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
All right, well, the three of you shut up for a second and hear me out. All right. So, you know the freeway's kind of been closed off for quite some time, and we haven't really gotten a lot of customers except for that old broad over there.
Yeah, you're telling me. Is she okay?
Do you look over at the old woman?
Yeah,
Roll a perception check.
very well. It's a 14.
14? Well, this old lady's been kind of here, sitting at the same spot, drinking the same cup of coffee for the past 3 days. However, you could also swear that she just turned one really messed up yellowish eye and looked over at you. The eye around her skin is almost some kind of, like, just distraught blue. And she looks back to her coffee.
Fair enough. Anyway, you were saying Mr. Shift Gear.
No, that's good. I like that. Because we might need to get a second alias because the health inspector's coming tonight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah? Oh, shit. That's right. Because if we don't get this place up with some new meat, because I checked out in the back and, our cook here apparently has been using tainted meat for quite some time. How long have you checked the refrigerator has been off? The plug was out of the wall!
Whose phone charger is this?
I may have needed a space to charge my very important business phone that I use to get calls and callbacks.
Yeah, from your agent. I
Yes,
suppose.
well, it's gonna be from the unemployment office if you don't do something about this right now. So this is why we're all here, especially you.
Yeah.
I know what you're about. And you have a good reason to help me out here, or else I'm gonna rat you out to the root cops.
I knew something was off with him.
You said meat?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Meat. Reach into my coat and hand him some glowing meat.
Oh, no. You ain't pulling that stunt again. I do that shit 4 times already.
No, it's good. It's glowing. That's how you tell it's good.
Yeah, well, we can't do that to the health inspectors now, can we? Because they actually can detect all that magical hoo-ha you can do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. Anyway, here's the deal, kids. In order for you to keep your jobs, and to get that meager pay I'm giving you, and we don't also get us all arrested, I need you to go out and find me a new supply of meat that's fresh. Now, I know, it's gonna be a little difficult walking out into the forest there, considering that there's been a couple of Nebula storms going out outside there. So walking out there's got a little bit of radiation poisoning, but it'll grow some hair on your chest. Wait, can you even grow hair? You're all lizard kids.
Hold on, let me check. Pull open my coat. I've got, like, Austin Powers hair glowing all over my chest. Yeah, turns out I can.
I'm good. Give me a minute.
All right. Well, we can't have you going to town because the moment we find out that any of the root knots find you, they're gonna come up, they're gonna start asking me questions, and they're gonna close down the shop. I can't get caught 3 times. Do you know what they do when they put you in goblin jail? Goblin things. And I don't want goblin things to happen. Why are you laughing? Goblin things are serious!
Goblin things where?
Hold on, the health inspector was here yesterday, wasn't he? Yeah, no, he already signed off. Here's the health certificate. I hand him a glowing sheet of paper.
That ain't gonna work this time! I already know this skit! We tried this before!
Did it work?
Well, it worked for the mechanic stuff. I mean, I got like 900 credits out of it that time. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
But it's not gonna work with these guys, because they can sense magic! They're bringing out the big boys for this! So here's what I want you 3 to do. You 3 got a couple of hours, maybe even 12 hours, to go out into the woods and find me some new fresh meat. You find something, kill it, bring it back here, and if we can get it all prepped up before they get in here, you can cook up some nice burgers for them, right? You know how to cook those, right? God, I hope you do.
I was the platoon chef. Yes, I know how to cook.
Ah, good.
Question.
Yes, question.
What's that dead old lady made out of?
Roll perception.
4.
What dead old lady? There's just clothes there as it falls to the floor.
Huh. Sorry, I thought I saw a supply of meat. I was wrong.
That does bring up a salient point, though. Does it matter what kind of meat?
It's, something that's not gonna get more than just the root knots on us. Don't come back with stuff that used to talk.
Okay, that limits our options, but all right.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, they'll probably fight back harder anyway.
All right, you little idiots. Go suit up and get out outside, go out the back and head into the woods and find something for me to cook.
Okay, whatever.
Here's your charger back.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
I'm now
I
wearing a
didn't-
glowing 3-piece suit. I did it. I'm suited up.
You two keep an eye on this one. He might try to run off at a moment's notice, and the moment you do, you tell a root knot and sick him so fast that he's gonna be back here in cuffs.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Are
and
you
by the
gonna do-
way,
Hold on. Now
Just-
my suit has French cuffs.
God damn it.
There it is, kids. You proud of yourself?
All right, so here's the thing. You guys are just off the sector gate, which is pretty much a giant network that leads into the Goblin City. And since all of the sectors are made up into like small little asteroids, so you're basically on a cultivated asteroid at this point that just hops to another asteroid, which is the biggest one, which is the Goblin City. If you guys leave out into Bristol Wood, which is where pretty much this is the back end of where you guys are going, you're leaving out into the woods to find something. There's a small route, which is Route 4, that leads into the freeway. Though, you kind of figure that if you decide to go hunting anywhere close to the freeway, that will alert some root knots. And root knots are pretty much... Yeah, they're your standard cops, but they have been known to... Since they're there to protect the realm gates from anything coming in or coming out that shouldn't, they're kind of equipped with some cybernetic powers. So it'd be best not to alert them to your presence, especially since you're off-the-book employees, and that could probably get you arrested fairly quickly.
Yeah, I don't want to kill a cop again. I mean, ever. Let's not.
Yeah, we are very small. I don't want to fight bigger people.
Speak for yourself. You never got your talons dirty.
Well, no, because I'm an actor and I need to be pristine.
All right, so the rest of you, since this is pretty much... No one knows who these characters are at this point. Describe what your gear is as you're getting prepped to leave out the back of the restaurant.
So do we have to worry about... You mentioned radiation.
Oh,
Is that a worry here?
you would have to roll a knowledge check for me for that.
Oh, goody. Let's see. Hey, nat 20. 23.
Nat 20, excellent. So, yes, being the fact that Heldrum, the planet that you're on, is a constant swirling vortex of magic, all kinds of, radiation just because of, how it's an asteroid field, there are storms that happen, which are called nebula storms. Nebula storms are just pockets of radiation that can also spill forth creatures from other dimensions into the plane of existence. It happened last week, which was a really, really bad one. You do know that there are ways to safely travel through them. And lucky for you, there actually is a little side attraction off on the distance that someone actually has a couple of spare suits that give guided tours into nebula storms. You don't quite remember what it's called, but you do remember that there is what almost seems to be... It looks like a finger, or it looks like a toe that juts out near the side of the road. You do know that there's an old man that gives guided tours into nebula storms who lives there, who is part of that attraction. He has some equipment for you there.
Hey, do you guys have cancer?
No.
Me neither. Let's keep it that way.
Was that a jab just because I'm a chain smoker?
Hey, I don't know what you're into.
Whatever.
All right, so what's your gear?
So right now I'm just in like a mechanic's overalls and an overcoat.
Quick question, just for the sake of describing for everyone, like, how roughly tall would you say your character is? Any physical descriptors? Like, since you're a kobold, like, how tall are you? What's your scale color? Shit like that.
Yeah, so scale color we decided was coal, the darker, like, dark gray, almost black.
Okay.
And height, I'm assuming like normal kobold height, which is they're small creatures, right?
So, like, you're looking at,
what?
like, 3'5",
Yeah,
3'7".
like, sounds about right.
How about you?
Okay, so my character Brundle, he's dark hunter green, 3 even height-wise, and is pushing his early 70s in kobold years. So he's a bit of an old guy.
Yeah, so you're looking at, like, you're almost ancient age.
Yeah. So that's how he is.
And
so,
what do you pull out of your locker to prepare yourselves for the wilds to go hunting?
Okay. So I bring with me some of my old armed service equipment, my old boots, a couple of my old survival gloves, just my old uniform, and my rifle from when I served with the Crafters Clan as well.
Excellent. And how about you, William Smith? What are you?
William Smith.
What is William Smith
I call
toting
him,
around with?
I call him Willie. He doesn't like it, but I do it anyway.
No. No. He's about like 3.5 feet tall. He's blue. He wears like black shirt, dark jeans, stuff where if it gets dirty you can't really see.
Right on.
Beyond that, he has 2 short swords with him and a scoped rifle. He's actually pretty good with. Because I used to hunt with my family. We would hunt foxes. Occasionally fish. We lived by the sea, but like that's poor people food. We don't eat that.
Word here, folks. All right. Well, you guys have your mission. Come back with some hefty amounts of meat, and do you explain to them why you think it would be best to why that whole worry about cancer was?
Yeah, that storm, that's good for finding stuff to kill. Not so good for not getting cancer, though.
Yeah, you bring up a good point.
I do dislike cancer.
Me too.
Awkward silence.
All right, so if none of you guys know which way you want to go, if you want to roll just a basic flat knowledge check to decide what's the best course of action to find something to hunt, it would be either that or survival. I'll give you that.
So, hold on. You said knowledge?
Knowledge of the area and survival to think of like something for you guys to hunt.
So, would that be either history or insight?
That'd be history or I apologize. History or nature.
History or nature? All right. I'll do a history check. 14.
A 14. What about you, Stefan? What do you got?
I rolled an 18, and if I use nature, then that makes it a 20.
Okay, so we have 2 separate things. You know that there is pretty much what he also knew is that there is a old man off in the distance called, I apologize, let me just get this here real quick. Yep. You know of a person called Old Man Lungleford. He's a crazy old man who is a follower of Fulgorbinth, the elder god of chaos.
What
He's
was
the
his name
one
again?
Lungleford.
Lungleford.
Yep. He owns the nearby side attraction called the Towfinger Attraction House, which is, it's pretty much like, like an Americana sideshow where people come in to see like, hey, it's the world's largest ball of string. You kind of know that while he, like, technically a lot of the stuff he talks about or the stuff that he, like, puts in his attraction is just, like, weird nonsense. Mm-hmm. Like, Yeah, it's all kinds of like crazy chaos, but it's not enough that it garners too much attention to where like, you know, the clergy is gonna come in here and be like, what the fuck are you doing? This is illegal bullshit. It's really just a front for him to make some money so he can like go out into the Nebula storms with people as a side attraction, and he somehow is like government regulated to actually do so. You, on the other hand, know that because of the Nebula storms that have been rolling in, there's been a lot of warnings and a lot of crazy hoopla about really furry humanoid creatures that kind of stalk out into the night and have been terrorizing people on the Realm Gate freeway. You don't remember what they're exactly called, but a lot of people started them off with the name Sass, something of that sort. They're really tall, lanky characters, and they're not a regular species to Bristol Forest, so hunting them is actually a service to people.
Okay, so I guess I'll tell them.
Yep.
So I've heard rumblings of a creature with hair called Satchmo. Let's say Satchmo. And it apparently is attacking people and also, you know, good things like me, possibly. So I would like to avoid that if at all possible. They're known to come out, you know, at certain night, I think. I don't pay much attention to things. I just hear what I hear.
So I'll basically just run it out this way. You guys get the picture that some new fresh animal came out of a Nebula storm from last week and has been kind of attacking civilians on the freeway. So you know that maybe taking care of them might net you a bonus, but also like get you some meat that you desperately need to bring back to your boss.
All right,
Does the Satchmo bleed?
possibly. I'd like to avoid it though.
Okay.
Well, listen.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. That's a line from a movie.
I see your logic, but also I bleed, and it is very big.
Does it have a gun?
I don't know.
Okay, because I've got a gun.
I love this so
I also have a gun. Yes, we all have guns.
Okay, so we've got minimum 3 guns, and we don't know that it has any. I think we're probably good.
Well.
But hair.
Well, I know it has hair. Relax.
Hold on. You sprout glowing hair all over your body. Now you've got hair.
Get it off. Get it off. Get it off.
Just do it. Just get it
Roll.
off him.
I remove the hair.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
I was ugly.
Would you stop
Yeah.
being? Would you stop being a
Yes.
prima donna?
Was.
That is what I do. This is
Fine,
the merchandise.
Fine. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you haven't been in the shit like I have.
No.
All right. Listen. Our asses are on the line. We're about to lose our jobs, okay? As soon as that freeway opens. Now, if you're telling me that these Satchmos, or whatever the hell they're called, if killing them would be a service and we don't have to worry about the cops, I say we go for it. Like Mr. Mystery Man over here says, we have at least 3 guns. Whatever that thing
For
has
clarity,
none.
my character's gun is literally this gun, a clearly plastic toy gun with an orange safety thing on the front, so you can see
as
it's
you're
not
saying
real.
that and you're looking at his gun, roll a perception check. Investigation, actually. I apologize.
Investigation.
Yep.
Make sure.
Can I roll as well?
You can as well, yes.
11.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
And that one.
Hey, welcome to the crew!
Didn't take long.
Yep, so what'd you get?
11.
So as you're describing the gun, you look over at his hand and you notice that something's a little weird. It almost looks like the tip is hollow. And is that orange at the end of the gun?
Wait. What's with the orange tip?
Oh. I conjure some black paint over the orange tip. Don't worry about it.
You don't need an inside check to get that. You fucking know instantly. It's a toy gun.
All right. Well, we have at least 2 guns.
What happened to your gun?
I'm feeling less confident.
Give it back. Right now.
No, you said we had 2. I've got 1. He's got 1.
Oh my god.
Did you lose yours?
Sometimes I wish I was back in the war. Forget
Is
about
that not your gun on your back right there?
Yeah. Forget about it.
Okay.
Look, point is, maybe if we bag one of these Satchmos, we can knock a few birds out with one bullet. Maybe a bonus.
Birds don't yield a lot of meat.
Mr. Shakespeare, would you just humor me here?
No, we have guns, not spears. Hold on.
Sarge, I miss you.
I hand you a glowing spear.
Oh, God.
Do you take the glowing spear?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you want to? We can do spears.
You most certainly
Your hand
cannot.
goes right through it. It's an illusion.
I know.
It's actually not an illusion. I have
you do
conjured
have
a. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You had to describe that to me. I apologize. I
Yeah.
thought. Oh, jeez.
All right. I can work with this. All right.
You're using it there. I'm not. I don't do things with my hands.
Clearly. Are you boys ready or not?
Is there
I'll
anything
take that
else
as
you'd
a-
like to do while you're at the Toad in the Hole? You do have the. You do have your shop, and you could ask your boss for supplies or whatnot. So, before you guys leave, you could think up something to do.
Okay.
I could grab my other gun and make us a trap, Satchmo trap, like a tripwire.
Roll me a. Actually, I want you to roll me a 1d100.
All right. 72.
All right. From the last person you conned, you actually were able to steal a good chunk of their parts that you know with confidence you could create one, either a snare trap, like a bear trap, or a tripwire trap.
Yeah. Tripwire, snare, I mean, whatever you're into.
Better than nothing. I'm gonna go talk to the boss and see if we can get some supplies, all right? You just sit there and be pretty. Do you need anything, Your Highness?
I could use water.
Oh, water. Well, the
Warm
taps...
milk?
Glowing water.
I mean, you can walk into the kitchen and find some materials.
Yeah, I'll go look at the kitchen for things.
I have one rule. Don't touch my spatula.
You realize you've almost assured that I will touch the spatula.
Suit yourself.
You're talking to a kobold. That's how I pronounce it.
Have some pride in your tribe, son.
I have none.
He's a self-hating kobold.
My
Worst
favorite enemies are
kind.
kobolds and dwarves.
Yep, you are a ranger, and your favorite enemies are kobolds and dwarves.
Right, he actually hates other kobolds. I'm better than all of you.
Go talk to the boss. Mr. Shiftgear is currently right now sitting behind the register, kind of like looking over some paperwork as if he's trying to write down documents and forge things. What do you do? Like right now he looks like he's super busy into his work at this point. At his work, as in he looks like he literally, from what you can see, he's copying different documents.
Okay. Got a minute?
What?
Look.
You didn't leave yet?
Would you just bear with me? Bear with me. Freudian slip. We need some... I was doing so well until you laughed. Sorry. Look, we need some extra supplies. Do you mind if we raid the pantry so we can get the job done and out of the way? Also, car.
What do you mean supplies? What are you doing out there? What are you gonna go find?
Well, according to Shakespeare over here, there's been some talk of some strange new creature terrorizing folks. We could get some brownie points with the cops and still get the meat. But apparently these things are big and dangerous and covered in hair.
Your boss is covered in hair. All right, roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay, so no bonuses there.
5.
Hairy things out on the radio. What? That's crazy talk. Wait, you want to go venture out into the Nebula storm? It's still got radiation out there, kid.
We have a plan, and I'm not a kid. In fact, I'm actually older than you. I'm just small.
Yeah, I'm still calling you kid anyway. All right, look. I don't know if I got much. We still got a whole huggy bunch of tainted meat. We got some really rank buffalo in there.
All right. That could be good bait. All right. We'll
Well,
take that.
we got that, but I ain't giving you any much else. And if you are looking for these big, hairy thingamabobs, I guess, you best make sure it's not a hobgoblin like me, because it sounds like that's what you're hunting. And if you're here to kill me for my restaurant, best of luck, kid.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna rat this kid out to the cops ASAP.
Dumbass.
All right, so you got that information that you now have access to actually go to the pantry and get the rotten meat. What do you do?
I'm supposed to be rifling through the kitchen looking for supplies.
Roll an investigation check.
All right.
What kind of supplies are you looking for, by the way? Like, what do you think would be in there?
No idea.
Well, what do you think would be useful to this adventure?
I honestly, I think my guys focused more on like seeing what the hell's up with a spatula now.
Okay. I want you to roll me a 1d100.
A 1d100?
Yep.
So, boop. Oh. Just in case. 46.
Okay. All right, I'll allow something. So, you're now, like, you're pretty much, the id in the back of your head is now just, like, flaring off. As a kobold, you, like, all kobolds have, like, this little bit of a bit of kleptomania in them. Whenever they're told something's not for sale or something's not supposed to be theirs,
Right.
there's a little bit inside of you just goes, motherfucker, that shit's mine now.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So, now that you have that tendency in the back of your head, you could see, like, just tunnel vision, clear as day. There's that spatula just sitting there.
Spatula.
Yep, it's just sitting right there. It's sitting on top of the stove. It's a little difficult to get without a step stool, but I'm sure with a couple of investigation checks, you could find something to grab up there.
Well, should I use the one I rolled when you first said it?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Well, I mean, the only thing you could think of off the top of your head to get yourself up there is to grab, I don't know, a chair from from outside, but your boss will clearly see that. Unless you can think of some other way to get the spatula off the tabletop.
This is my mission now.
This is your mission.
To piss me off.
Can my character use his tail to get himself a little bit more height? Is his tail strong enough?
Unfortunately, I'm going to let you attempt this, but it's going to be a disadvantage roll. Roll me a acrobatics check with disadvantage. So that means you need to roll acrobatics twice and take the lowest roll.
Okay. All right, 17, 13, and I also have a 3 on acrobatics.
So 16.
16.
Yep.
You actually shoulder check the side of the tabletop enough that it starts bowing itself to the side, and with your tail you just grab the tip of it and grab it down. Roll dexterity check.
Okay.
Dexterity save.
Okay. I got an 18. So I think, I don't know.
Your little trap where you attached, your station is your station. You don't let anyone else touch your shit. So by that logic, that means that unless people touch things in a certain way, it's going to trigger off some things. Back in your time with the platoon, you remember that there were a couple of nice little booby traps you put down for your enemies back in the good old days of the war. You watch as knives start trickling out from the side, coming down with the spatula. But your tail is so small enough that you're actually able to get it without getting caught by any of the blades.
Okay.
You now have his spatula.
Cool. I have his spatula.
You walk into the kitchen, seeing as there's a row of blades strewn across the floor, and there's William Smith with your spatula in his hand, looking straight at you.
Hello.
You put that down right now.
I throw it on the ground.
No. Roll intimidation check, and you roll insight.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure.
Nope. So 14 minus 3, 11.
It's on its. Damn it! It's on its side. Look.
Yeah, it's on its side. Roll it again.
I would not have considered that on its side. That's
16.
a much better roll.
You fucking get rid of this thing ASAP the moment you see his eyes lock with yours.
I just lob it.
You throw it at him.
Okay. So
It
does he
hits
need-
you in the chest.
Just
Yep.
that squeak.
Yeah, just a little duck squeak.
Get out of my kitchen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so you boys head outside. Everyone's got their gear all set up.
So while they were doing those shenanigans, I went into my workshop, grabbed up the stuff to rig a trap, and also grabbed my my familiar, an owl. I brought Lynch. He can fly and maybe find the Satchmo for us, and then we'll shoot it. I thought that was a good plan.
I have to admit, that's actually not a bad idea.
I hate to be that guy, but this just came through me like water, so I have to use the restroom really quick. I will be right back. We will go into the woods in a few minutes. I am sorry.
We'll get some bit drops read out.
To be continued.
So I'm gonna go see old man Lungleford at the Towfinger house to see if I can get whatever he gets to not get cancer. You guys want to do that, or you want to get cancer instead?
We can see the finger man about not having cancer.
Oh, this fucking side. I can't wait to talk about why this thing is called the toe finger outside of this game.
Oh, I can't wait either.
I can't wait either. Okay, so you guys are now walking out into Bristol Walk Woods. You guys know that if you keep going a little bit further into, right now you're currently going north of the Toad in the Hole. Going further up north, you will actually hit a mountainside. Heading northwest will be where Old Man Lungerford's toe finger attraction is. To the right, to the east, though, if you go a little bit up further north, you're actually going to hit the highway. Right now, the wood is completely dense, filled with redwood trees. The pine is super thick, but considering the guys you were so short, none of the greenery is actually hitting you. You can actually hide in shrubbery, so hunting for you guys might actually be a lot more advantageous considering your size. The weeds would normally be waist high for a human being, so you guys got a lot of distance to go with on this. If you got, which way do you guys want to go right now? Right now, the entire, woods, going to the east is going to get you as close to the highway as possible. Probably about another 25 to half-hour walk will get you to the highway. You know, the toe finger is probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours walk to the west. Going up north, you're probably going to hit the mountainside, I'd say, an hour from now, if you keep walking. So what's the consensus? What do you guys want to do?
I am very much in favor of heading to Lungleford's.
Yeah, same.
I will submit myself to the will of the group, I suppose. I
Alright.
deign to do that.
All right, so everyone roll me a survival check.
And every couple, let's say 10, 15 minutes of walking, I'm just gonna let Lynch scout ahead a little bit, fly off ahead, see what's in the path.
What does your familiar entail? Can it speak to you? Is it magical?
It is magical. I can see through its eyes if I close my eyes and meditate. My own senses are blind while I'm doing so.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It can't attack in combat, but it can do other stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you two to roll first, and then we'll roll after you because we're gonna have to stop so you can actually do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 7, but I have a -3 in survival, so I rolled a 4.
Roll a 6. It's been a while, okay?
I thought
Second.
you were Mr. Survivey Man.
Yeah. Oh, I'll throw out now too. I also I I also, before we set out, cast mage armor on myself, and that lasts 8 hours, so that's just there from this
Okay.
point.
Okay. You guys don't get too lost. However, a lot of you guys are walking through a lot of thick wood that you guys aren't paying attention to where you're walking. There's a lot of bumps, a lot of bruises. You guys are like kind of like stumbling into things that shouldn't be there. Like one of you actually knocked into a boar as it trampled off, but also took you with it because you scared it. So with that, you two are taking a combined total of... Oh, Christ in a handbasket. You guys are taking 4 points of damage for all your blunders, like stubbing your toes, walking into shit through the grass.
We're like a regular Three Stooges.
You, on the other hand, you're actually going to stop. Are you going to stop and tell them, or are you just going to stop and let the owl do its work?
Yeah, hang tight a sec. Go. And I send the owl off ahead. And
You guys watch as an ethereal, like, glowing owl just flies off into the canopy. Roll me survival with advantage.
Yay, advantage.
I would just like to note that William Smith is definitely complaining the entire way.
Natural 20, modified 21.
All right.
Nice.
You get a complete bird's eye view of the area. You actually see the toe finger off in the distance. You now know the path tried and true. Where you guys were these two were currently walking, they were heading straight towards what looks like an abandoned mine. The highway's off in the distance. You can see the neon lights of all the cars swirling by. You actually also see blinding red and blue lights going into the woods. Off in the distance, going towards the toe finger. But there's also something else that catches your eye. There's a pillar of what looks like dark smoke coming out of the woods in that general direction. You will reach that first before anything else.
Yeah, somebody started a fire. There's a fire that way. You might want to watch out for that.
We are in wood, and that burns. So should we go a different direction from the fire?
Well, if you guys want to go, if you guys want to get to, based on what you saw, if you want to get to the toe finger, you're going to have to reach the fire at some point. You didn't see fire, you just saw smoke.
I'm sort of inferring the presence of fire. What I actually saw was smoke, which usually there's a saying about that. I forget what it is.
All right. Well, we do got to get to the attraction house at some point. So I say we investigate it, see how close we can get. Maybe the fire already went out. It's just ash and burnt wood.
I also saw red and blue lights, which could be cops, could also be spirits, ghosts.
Everyone roll a knowledge check.
Natural wonders!
Me too.
I got an 18.
It's a fucking root knot. It's a root knot. There are cops in the woods.
Oh no, that's the popo.
That's the name of the scariest ghost.
Fuck off.
No, it's
You know that if you in your current location of where you're going right now, you will reach the mines. But if you make that if you start heading off in a westward direction, you will reach the smoke.
I will take smoke over cops, although that's sort of how I ran into them last time. Different kind of smoke, though. I think we're fine. Probably.
I hear smoke is bad for your complexion.
He is really putting a lot of hesitance in this. Are you going to? How are you? So, what is your two's plan right now? Head towards the smoke or head towards the mines?
I'm kind of leaning more towards heading to the smoke.
You want to head to the smoke too. What do you want to do?
I will do whatever everyone else says to do. Apparently, what I say doesn't matter.
No. Because what I'm asking you to give me your honest opinion.
Oh.
Do not tell me that you just get swayed. What do you want to do?
What does my character actually want to do?
Yes.
He actually wants to go wherever the smoke isn't, wherever the police aren't. So if the mine is where that is, then
Okay.
that's where he would want to go.
So you want to go to the mines?
Yeah.
Okay. You two roll. So you explain that you want to go to the mines. How are you guys gonna combat this from him explaining that he wants to go that way?
In a very whiny way.
Yep. So at that point, so how do you make it? Do you make it intimidation, or do you make it intimidation, or do you make it diplomacy?
Oh, well, given my guy and his extremely high charisma, I figure diplomacy is probably the best option.
All right, boys. How do you wish to combat his words?
Are they meat mines? Is there such a thing as meat mines? Because if there is, that's probably a good plan. Otherwise, that's probably a bad plan if we're trying to get meat.
Honestly, I forgot all about the meat. I was just thinking about me.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, at least he's honest.
I mean, you're made of meat.
That's true.
Is that what this is?
Did you just imply that's intimidation? Fuck off. All right, intimidation versus diplomacy. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion? Okay. I rolled a 15 plus 4, 19.
13.
That did not scare you, but you saw the threat in that voice.
Mm-hmm. So it's...
What about you?
Ah,
How are you going to combat this?
okay. Listen, I know smoke is bad for your complexion, but look, what's even the point of going to the mines? How justify why you want to go to the mines for me? Because there's nothing down there except death.
Me more safe in mine.
Mine that could also collapse. That mine
We are
is...
kobolds. Dark places are where we live. I am
Why
more
do you
comfortable
pronounce
in a
it
mine
like that?
than announce what?
Why do you pronounce our species like that?
Kobold.
I conjure a cucumber mask and seaweed wrap. Here you go. It's glowing, but it's good. It'll keep your complexion,
Do I need to?
even in the smoke. It's good. It's made of magic.
Anything that's glowing, I know what's going on if it's glowing.
Well, yeah, it's made of magic. It's what I do.
Okay.
I make things
I'm just going to let this play out, Shaq.
Look.
out of
Look,
magic.
look. Those mines have been abandoned for a reason. They could collapse at any moment. We don't even know if there's anything worth going down there. Look, I know you don't like getting your talents dirty. I've said that before. But my ass is on the line. His more so. I don't know about you.
I'm honestly not trying to be obstructionist. I'm just trying to stay true to my
No,
character.
no,
that's fine.
That's fine.
No, that's fine.
super fine.
I will make an actual out of character suggestion to you guys. You guys could try to knock my guy out.
No, that's a bad idea.
Bad idea? Okay.
Plus dead weight.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
That's the
like,
reason.
Not
Okay.
not because we can't do it. Dead weight.
I was thinking like a Mr. T. I ain't getting on that plane.
Yeah.
Well, again, you have a roll versus his roll.
Yeah, so I think what I'll do, since they would
So
probably
he
be
tried to
You're trying to
Persuasion,
invoke
right?
logic, so that would
It
be.
would probably a history or insight, since
He would have to roll insight versus your roll.
Okay, because I was claiming that the mine was abandoned, so that would have to be like a
my
history
insight
check.
is very bad. So.
All right. Oh yeah. So history check. Roll
Let me do a
history.
history check real quick, so I get +4 to that. Natural 20,
Hey.
Natural 20.
so 24.
You know that mine was abandoned for a reason because there were lots of dwarves were there. Dwarves and goblins used to work there to try and make a tunnel that was actually part of the freeway a long time ago. But due to one of the Nebula storms, that was closed down, and that was in favor of making another freeway off the other side.
Okay.
So there are what's probably under there is probably irradiated nonsense, and you don't want to deal with mutant dwarves or mutant goblins.
Yeah.
Tell me about the dwarfs. That'll sway my character. They got
Well,
beards.
Okay. All right. Look, that mine was actually part of the freeway project, okay? But then, thanks to these nebula storms, it got canned real quick. So the only thing that could be down there is radioactive stone, mutant dwarves. Yeah.
Is mutant
They're
meat
ugly
better
when
or
they're
worse?
normal.
Do you see this rotted meat? How does that look?
Everyone roll a con save as you bring that out.
I know.
16.
21.
18.
You could feel like the sensations on the tips of your tongue, since that's how you like can breathe as well. Like that's how you could smell from your tongues and from your nostrils. But you just feel like the bristles on your tongue just like fucking curl in on themselves as that meat comes out. But not enough for you to throw up. Like he flashed it fast enough back into his cloak that he could hide the smell.
Johnny, mutant meat is kind of like that, but worse. Because it gives you cancer if you're near it. So no, it's not good.
Does it?
Also, we were instructed no talking things.
There you go.
I mean, we could just take the meat off of them before he knew, but
They will know.
I would
they
suggest
will
that
know.
What if we cut out their tongues first,
Oh my god.
and then they wouldn't be talking things anymore?
All right, so everyone's gonna start heading over towards the smoke now.
Thank you.
So the consensus is now you're heading towards the smoke.
Come on.
Everyone roll a survival check.
Oh,
Alright.
not again.
Oh boy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ouch.
15.
7.
4.
I'm getting the hang of this.
I'm getting too old for this.
You're getting the hang of this as everyone's kind of like pushing all the vegetation and everything away just so they can make a path for you.
I'm like, come on, lads. Don't be so slow and pokey. I feel like there's a portmanteau of that we could use.
You guys, the other two of you, accidentally walk into a field of a vine field of thorns as he's walking past through everything else. You two take 3 points of damage.
Ow, 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 ow!
You're really taking a beating.
It happens. All right, now I need everyone to roll me a perception check.
All right.
Six.
16.
3.
You smell smoke, tried and true. This is not like fire. It smells like burning rubber. And it's right in front of you guys.
Hold up, hold up. I smell burning rubber. Was the old man known for burning tires?
No, this, if anything, especially with you from your time in the war, as we're gonna put it that way,
Yeah.
we don't even know what this fucking war is.
The war.
But this is a car wreck of some kind. A vehicle has been destroyed off in the distance.
Well, looks like we're near a car wreck. Burning oil, burning rubber. Yeah, it's a car wreck.
How will you guys handle this?
Hold on. I'll. Lynch will go look. Go look, Lynch.
Good call.
I
Send
think
Lynch out to fly towards the car wreck and see what he can see.
All right. I need you to roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Five.
The moment your owl lurches up into the air, it gives off its glow enough that like a bunch of animals
For-
start skittering away.
For the animal actually does not glow. It just looks like a normal owl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Any object that I conjure glows, but
Okay, fair enough. Well, it's an owl, a bird of prey.
Yeah.
It's gonna scare off a lot of critters. A lot of like little squirrels and shit are starting to like fly away. Even a couple of pseudo dragons kind of like just like dash off at the sight of your owl. You through your owl's eyes, you notice that all that commotion startled what looked like a really hairy, tall humanoid creature standing before a car wreck as it was kind of like lurking through it and trying to like see what was going on. The car's on fire and smashed into a tree. There are blood stains and 2 bodies in the front. The creature looks up and sees the owl. It kind of lumbers off running. You don't get a good look at its face, though, unfortunately. All you saw was, like, a really tall silhouette, but the dude was covered in hair as he just, like, trots off, like, almost like he's lumbering. Like, his own body weight is too big for himself to actually get some proper distance. But he's gone. He went off into the woods.
we got a possible Satchmo.
Yeah.
Big and hairy, anyway. He went that way.
All right.
was
Anything
in
else?
Car wreck.
Yep.
Some people in there.
That's the Satchmo's MO.
Roll a knowledge check with disadvantage.
Ooh, oh, that's probably going to be the one. I got a 6 before the 19, so.
Yield me a story, the most out of control, stupid idea of what you think a Satchmo would do.
Satchmo, it goes out, and it thinks that every woman is its girlfriend, and then whenever it sees a woman with a man, it's like, no, my girlfriend, and it attacks because in a previous life, it was a man who had no girlfriend and really wanted one, and so a witch cursed it with curses, and then it became very hairy and ugly, and then no woman would have it.
You two roll an insight check.
15.
21.
Well, he is an actor.
Yeah, I met one of those guys. They wear big hats. Let's go shoot it.
Well, if you head off into the distance of it, you're now standing in front of a car wreck. It's a standard hover car. It looks like whatever happened to this, the engine in the back is kind of like leaking oil. Mm-hmm. So there's a streak of oil coming out from behind it. There's a little bit of an ethereal crystal that also like kind of like helps this thing hover. That's stuck. That's been thrown out of the car. That's like part of where the gas would go as well. So you're watching as like a little bit of ethereal magic is kind of dripping out. In the front, you can see that the car is completely wrapped around a tree. The tree is way bigger than this thing, so it's like the tree completely smashed the front walls of this thing. There are two, let me double check if I got this right. Yep, there are two bodies in the front. The car is in such disarray that it's a little too mangled to see what they are just from the outside, but there is blood. There is blood covering the whole windshield. And the smoke is coming out from the front of the car, indicating that the car has a little bit of flame going underneath the hood.
Well, we can't linger here too long. Well, gentlemen.
What will you guys do now that you're at this car crash?
I vote run.
Of course you do.
We should probably see if they're alive.
Yeah. You think your owl can, since, I mean, I'm only 3 foot. You think you could send your owl to check?
Yeah,
The
sure.
car's on the floor. You could reach it.
All right. I'm gonna...
Just because of like you're a small sized character doesn't mean you can't take care of shit like this.
Okay. I'm going to roll for acrobatics to see if I can get myself to look,
Oh, okay.
like safely look in. So that would be like an acrobatics.
Acrobatics
check.
or athletics of your choice.
Okay, so I'll do acrobatics then. 10.
You try to find a good place to kind of pivot yourself off of the wreck, but the moment you step on it, the car is still slick enough that you're not able to get good footing and you just hit the ground again.
Ow.
You could get a small peek of what was in there. You looked at the driver's side, and the driver's side, it looked like there was a male human whose body is completely smashed into the windshield.
Well, driver was a human.
Shit.
Well, what's left?
Those guys talk. That's like all they do.
Yeah.
So that meat's off limits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's not much meat left from what I saw.
It's all over the windshield.
Yeah.
And-
It's road pizza.
And pre-cooked, like, yeah.
Not yet. The car's not completely doused in flames. It's like the smoke is coming from the car. There's just like when you walk over there, you could smell the fresh blood coming in there. However, so you tried to look inside. You saw that there was a human. You didn't see what was on the other side though, so you couldn't get a
Yeah.
good look.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That was the side that you saw the Satchmo trying to get in. It was on the passenger side.
Yeah. I don't know about the passenger side, though. I only saw what's left of the driver. Anyone want to give it another go?
I'll send Lynch up there to take a peer through the windshield and see what he can see.
All right. You see. So roll me a perception check.
8.
8. Yeah, you see a human being where the whole front of his face is kind of smashed into the windshield, The whole rest of his body looks like he was complete. Like, he's fine. It was just like a normal, typical teenager kind of looking kid. It was like just a normal kid, kind of out of high school, smashed his face into the windshield. The woman next to him is another human as well. Though what's weird is that when you look at the back of their heads, it almost looks like, even though their face, like, she's not completely into the windshield, she kind of just like hit her head on the dashboard and that did some damage. But she's not bleeding, though the back of her head kind of looks like it's sunken in. And there's no force of entry from the car. Like, the car looks like these guys were never taken out. No one tried to open the door. Even the creature that you saw, like, it was kind of pawing at the window, but it wasn't trying to open the door.
There's a lady in there. Got something wrong with the back of her head, which seems weird.
Uh-huh.
Because the car hit face first.
Right.
That confirms my theory. I'll just point that out.
I was like, that story's so great. That story's so great because you just bullshitted your way into this.
You're in timeout for 5 minutes. What are we talking here? Like,
You couldn't get it, like, based on your owl, you couldn't get it, you couldn't get a good look at it. You guys can reach the handle. You could try to pull the door.
all right. Well, let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to open the passenger door.
It's locked.
It's locked. Great, of course it is.
Oh, well, nothing more we can do.
Wait.
Statistically, if the driver's dead, the passenger's also dead.
I put you in timeout.
I don't recognize your authority, sir.
I'm gonna use my thieves' tools to try and get that door open.
Nice.
Some good things I learned in the war. Let's see, so thieves' tools, that...
Which side of the door are you opening?
The passenger side.
Okay.
Okay, so that's probably going to be... Probably because I'm trying to pry it open and use the tools, it's probably going to be an athletics check.
No, just roll your thieves tools. If you're trying to pull it open, then yeah, athletics.
Yeah. Let me see. I got an 11 for the athletics check.
You're able to unlock the door, but you're not able to pry it open.
All right. I'm going to need some help here.
Do you all want to combine athletics checks to try and help him out?
I'll give him a hand.
I suppose.
With my 12 athletics roll.
My 7.
So 7, 11, 12.
Well, with a nat 1 on my roll, with a combined strength of all three of you, you're able to pry the door open. So everyone roll a dexterity save as the body falls out on top of you.
14.
11.
13.
You almost got crushed by this body. You jumped out of the way just in time.
Oh, disgusting.
As the female human body flops out, there is blood. Like, that'd be stupid if there was not blood.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice that part of her skull, where it crashed in on the front, she has cybernetics. The back of her head, however, has a little bit of it, but the gray matter is completely gone. And when you look inside at the driver's seat, the back of the head looks like it was broken into as well. Someone reached into the back of this fellow's head and took the gray matter out. There are small little blotches of blood that almost look like it indicates claw marks trying to gnaw at them, and there's little blood splatters that trail out into the woods.
Does the Satchmo eat ladies' brains because he's intimidated by intelligent women?
You know, I hadn't considered that, but I think that is a possibility. There definitely is some insecurity at play here.
Does anyone want to roll an investigation check to shut this up?
9.
Let me see. No bonuses, but I'll try rolling.
2.
I got a 7.
I got a rock.
Continue the story.
So yes, there's a lot of insecurity at play here. Like, you know, this is a man who had no girlfriend in his former life. That's just, you know. So, yes, and he's hairy, and it's disgusting.
If he was so hairy, you do notice that there is not when the thing was pawing at the window, you look at the window that you tried to open the door with. It kind of looked like it was trying to claw at it, but it didn't actually make it inside. So whatever that giant hairy thing was, this wasn't the culprit.
I don't think this was the Satchmo. Unless there was a second Satchmo. Because the first one didn't get in.
The body is on the floor, and you can reach in to grab the male body as well.
All right, I'll do a athletics roll to try and pull the male body. So 11.
All right. Yep. You grab him by the shirt, kind of pull him out. He flops on the floor as well. You now have the two bodies on the floor. This guy had no cybernetics on him whatsoever. The back of his head does look like it was bitten into and clawed, and something tried to pull another piece of him out from the inside. The brain is gone. The brain is completely gone. There's bits and pieces of what his skull and the back of his head are still there. Again, but the claw marks on this thing, they're tiny. They're like something small got in the back of this guy's head.
New theory, the Satchmo is a hairy zombie.
That's no good. Zombies, they got that bad meat.
You check the bodies, I assume, right? Yes?
Yes.
You check the bodies. You find wallets and cell phones. The cell phones still have some battery life in them. The cell phones have battery life in them. They have a little bit of they have a password at the front of them, so when you press buttons, like there's a little keypad number on them. You find their wallets of a Tom Gregory and a Jane Ashley.
Why are they both first names?
And Jane
Ashley.
Ashley.
4 different first names. So they weren't married. Or maybe they were just modern.
Based on, like, rummaging through their wallets and anything else, you do find there's a little bit of gold, and they both have the same kind of, like, high school, like, ID on them. So they're both from the same school.
Why is it always the young ones?
Again, their cell phones are functional with a little bit of battery life left in them, though the problem is decrypting how to get through their lock menus.
Well, their phones still have some juice in them, but it's encrypted.
Is it... You said it's giving a number pad for the password?
Yep.
I try 420. Just a hunch. The kids.
You know what? I'm gonna let this do it. Just please.
All right,
please.
roll me a... I'll give you the option between either Arcana or an Arcana or an Insight check.
Nat 1!
2 tries left.
I would like to try 1337.
Arcana or Insight.
Well,
this is only one cell phone.
Insight has -3, so I'll choose Arcana with a 0.
Okay, roll it.
15.
You break through.
Leet!
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
As he said, they are teenagers.
I was going to guess 6969 next.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm seriously too old for this.
Yes.
The cell phone is left on some text messages, stating that Tom was very insistent that they go out into the woods to get away from their parents so that no one knows about them. Though Jane had also left a couple of messages back saying that, but what about all those hairy creatures, the Sasquatches that we heard on the radio that might be out there? We don't know what they're capable of.
So we see they misspelled Satchmo.
All right.
So
Illiterate. We need to write that down.
Well, yeah, they're kids.
well,
Yeah,
they all Tom states that they'll be fine. That's probably a myth. There probably nothing came out of the storm. Nothing serious anyway. As long as they had their psi meds and their radiation meds, they should be fine.
And I believe the lesson here is do not text and drive. That's obviously what's at play here. No mystery for us to solve. We can.
The blood splatter that came from the small little, like, same claw marks are going into the woods, the same direction where that big hairy creature went.
Before we go, I'm gonna search through the car and see if I can find any sign of those radiation meds.
Go for it.
That's a 16 investigation.
There is a small little metal foil tablet that has 2 radiation meds left in them. Only enough to last them for a half hour.
Well, I suppose I better go. There's only two of those things there. We should just, just to make it fair.
You hear a click as there's a gun landed right in the back of your head. Lovely evening for a car crash, isn't it?
That depends on if you were inside the car at the time.
You turn around. You all look
I'm
towards
not a
the
fan of them,
voice.
personally.
There's a female kobold dressed up in a root knot outfit.
Oh, shit.
You are hideous.
She is a.
Yes, he said that. That's his first reaction. He hates kobolds.
We're
What's
so
your AC?
screwed.
Before I even gave a descriptor,
14.
you get pistol whipped in the back of the head and hit the floor prone. For 3 points of damage.
Okay.
As there's a gun now pointed directly at at your ally. There's a root knot woman. You obviously look at her face. She's not going to shoot. She's just holding restraint at this point because, you're breaking into a car crash. This woman is dressed in a dark blue and black attire. She is wearing all kinds of she's wearing like little bits and bobs, almost like plate mail, almost like riot gear. She's not wearing a helmet. She's a red-scaled kobold. She has a little bit of like a small visor that goes across her face that's bleeping numbers and giving coordinates. You can sort of see like there's a small map icon indicating on it, so it's kind of like a small visor for her. A small indicator of a map and whatnot. Now, gentlemen, what's going on here?
We're looking for meat.
May I? Second class Private Brundle, former platoonsman, chef. Don't ask. We were just on a hunting expedition. We're low on stock. The freeway's starting to open soon. I'm sure you know. We're just trying to get some new stock. We saw the smoke. Something happened here. We just walked in. All right?
Roll diplomacy.
Diplomacy, that would probably be... Here, I'll just roll that and figure out the modifier in a minute. So, 15.
She lowers her gun and puts it back. She kind of like looks down at William Smith. She like just puts her boot on his side and flips him over to you guys.
That was real good. High five. High five.
She holds her hand up.
Thank you.
Officer Abigail Velhez, I'm here investigating a missing persons when I saw smoke over on this way. I was on my way over to a sideshow attraction up on the hill, but as I said, I found this. I saw a couple of creatures running past. I came to investigate and found you. Though, I'm gonna need I might need a little bit more of an account of what's happening here. So, how exactly did you come across this, and where are you working?
Okay. Allow me. So we work at the pit stop, the toe in the hole. We were just getting some restock and some supplies and ingredients because we know that there's going to be more customers coming. So we were on our way to the Toe Finger Attraction House because we know that the guy likes to give tours for the Nebula storms, the proprietor. Now, on our way there, we got a little lost. Dum Dum here wanted to go to the mine, but We saw the smoke and we decided to investigate.
Why would you want to go to the mine? It's off limits. It's closed.
I'm knocked out. I can't answer.
You're prone.
You're prone. You're not knocked out. You're on
prone?
the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also you could stand up. She kind of just like fed you back to your allies.
Okay. So
We saw the smoke. Apparently, he scouted ahead and saw something trying to get into the passenger side of the car. Couldn't get in, apparently. Wasn't that right, John?
Yeah. Lynch did scout. This is Lynch.
Oh, you're a conjurer then.
No, yeah.
We're so screwed.
All right. Well then, I'll have to ask you a couple of questions.
Fair enough.
Did you happen to see another root knot as well in the area?
Was he big and hairy?
No, he was big and hairy. Well, I mean that's all humans. Am I right?
yes, they are disgusting.
Well, one of them is my partner, and he ran off into the woods a week ago, just before the Nebula storm happened. I've been trying to find him, and this fits the MO of the victims and the crimes that have been going about on the route. I don't know about a giant hairy person, but I do know I have a missing human running around. And the last time I heard him over my intercom, he was screaming something about feeding the small ones.
I mean, I could eat.
Are you telling me you did this?
I swear to...
No, I mean meat. Not talking meat.
I am going to kick this
Yes,
shit.
yes,
The
it
good
was.
kind.
We were specifically told no talking meat. That was we should So that is off the table for us, and you should know that.
I should have quit this damn cooking job a long time ago. Officer, here's the wallets and the identification of the victims in this car crash. We were literally trying to figure out what was going on when you knocked out my friend here.
They appeared to be teenagers.
I hand her the wallet.
She takes the wallets.
Again, meat off the menu.
Also, here's some text messages. How teenagers are these days. Feel free to look through those.
She takes the phone. The phone begins to give off a feedback noise. Everyone's hearing a high-pitched wail come from it.
Huh.
What is this? What did you do?
He turned it on. He
I
somehow got
just
in.
wrote leet.
The noise is getting louder, and it's coming from both cell phones. And it's actually scrambling the intercom on her face as the visor's trying to fade in and out from visibility.
All right, we didn't touch the other one, so that's not on us.
That noise is getting louder, and it's no longer coming from the phones. It's in the back of your heads. Everyone roll a wisdom save.
Oh,
no.
jeez.
I have a wisdom of 6. Oh, okay, 14.
16.
18.
Excuse me, my allergies are flaring up. Jesus.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yep. You watch as she kind of taps the side of her little device
Visor.
on the side of the visor that's on the clip of her ear. She kind of taps it. It blips back on, and she looks to she turns to face her 6, and she readies her weapon. As you turn around, and there's a small orbital, little orb-looking creature that's made of pink flesh with a couple of legs, quadruped legs, looking at you right now as 2 more come out of the grass. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh. I got a nat 20.
Hey.
I got modified 20.
Add whatever your
Your initiative.
initiative is to your 20.
On the top middle.
Right there.
Oh, right.
23.
But my hunter thing actually takes off -3 of that, so I just have normal.
All right, so
it's negative.
Yeah, no, this is 3, but my hunter's thing.
yeah, but you get to go first anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a modified 20 for my initiative.
Yeah, my hunter skill says I add whatever my wisdom stuff is to my initiative, but it just removes 3, so it just takes away the
and what'd you get?
bonus.
And I got a 17.
All right, roll for Abigail. She goes after you. Abigail, and then these pink fleshy creatures. Creature 1, Creature 2 got a natural 1. And creature 3. All right. We don't need the map for this at this point. It could be theater of the mind for safety's sake.
Right.
The creatures are, I'm going to say, like 70 feet away from you at this point. They are smaller. They're like about at the size of your kneecaps. And based on what you're looking at right now, you've never seen anything like this before, so you're not sure how to like grasp this sort of like form unless you want to roll a knowledge check during your turn.
Okay.
So, Stefan, you're up first. There are 3 lumps of flesh with dog-like appendages staring at you, and they're giving weird little chirping noises, almost the same chirping you heard in the feedback.
So, how far?
70 feet.
70 feet. Okay, so I can shoot at them then. I will attempt to do that with my rifle.
All right, you watch as William Smith crouches on the floor, whips out his rifle, like snaps it from 2 pieces into 1, and takes aim.
11. Yeah, just 11, I think.
Plus your proficiency? Because it's your rifle. It's
Oh, right.
So your
so
proficiency
plus whatever your
bonus,
proficiency is.
which is right up there, which is 2.
Well, no. He has his thing down there. Like, if he's using his rifle, it's 2 hit. It's that plus whatever it is. So, rifle, next to that number, you add that number
Okay, so
in your weapons.
So, 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
that will hit.
Okay, cool. And that means I rolled D8. And actually, this also says that the target takes an extra 1d8 of damage of the weapon's damage type for the first turn.
Oh, neat. Okay.
So,
Yeah, because you are a Gloomstalker,
right. So I have Dread
which is
Ambusher
amazing for
for an actor.
an
Yeah.
actor. Yes, you're the macabre actor.
So first D8 is a 6.
All right.
Second one is a 7.
Nice.
Okay.
So this whiny actor just whips out a rifle and just obliterates.
Oh.
the dude.
I suppose it's combat time.
Oh, time for the hunt.
Nice.
All right. You blow a sizable chunk into this thing. It lets out a emanating screech, and its body begins to emanate a sort of like weird little fluctuating color storm of cloud. Almost like since you're a since you know magic, it almost looks like its body is made out of the spell color spray. It doesn't. It's still standing, even though it's got a nice chunk of its entire body missing. It's still there, but it doesn't look good, and it's turning ethereal as it takes the shot.
I was hoping these were made of meat, but it looks like they're made of magic.
Oh no, there's meat. It's bleeding.
Okay, I'm hoping magic meat.
That would solve our problem.
All right. What do you do? You also have a move turn.
Right. I think I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Brian, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Let me just double check something. I will do the same thing. Ready my bolt rifle and take a shot at it. So.
Remember to mark down how much ammo you have left, Stefan, after taking that shot.
Right.
6 and proficiency plus 8 to hit. So 10.
That
hit.
misses.
Great. So
You take the shot. You could have sworn you hit it, but you watch as the bullet turns into that, and when it enters like the nebulous gas from the other creature, it melts away and turns into the gas as well.
Okay. Let's see, for my bonus action, let's see. I'm actually going to use cunning action to hide as my bonus action.
Okay.
You two cover me. And I disengage and hide for cunning action.
Okay, roll stealth.
Roll stealth. 11. Actually, excuse me, 13.
All but one creature knows that you have disappeared.
All right. And that's it for my turn.
All right, Ben, you're up.
Oh, your guns use bullets. Neat. I point my pistol to the sky and squeeze off 3 shots. they arc around and hit the injured creature.
How so? Explain.
Magic missile. Auto hits.
Abigail turns and looks at you. Is that a toy gun? And she watches as bolts of ethereal magic jump out of the gun and just arc their way over towards the creatures. Who are you aiming for?
So I'm going for the injured one first.
All right.
Let's see. First shot does 3 damage.
That kills it. It hits the floor dead.
Awesome. So I'll go for... So the other 2 are uninjured, so it really doesn't matter which one I hit, yeah?
Yep.
So next shot does 2 damage.
Well, to 2 or to 3? To 2 or 3. There's 2 other creatures.
Okay, so to number 2 then.
Okay.
And then the final shot, also to number 2, does 5 damage. So 7 damage total to that one.
All right. Abigail. You watch as that screen that was around her head kind of like fizzles out of existence, and then her eyes turn a smoldering red. As you hear almost a mechanical whir as she like reaches her arm back, her elbow flips inward and turns into a baton. Her fist retracts back into where the metal was, and now her arm is a club. And it sparks out electricity.
Okay.
She goes up to the one you just hit and goes for a nice swing. She will hit as her club arm strikes true and strikes the creature for 5, including 4 points of electric damage. That one hits the floor dead fried. And now creature 3's turn. That's the one that saw you,
Of course.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
However, Abigail is actually standing right in front of it. So, yep. So instead, it will then look towards Abigail, seeing as she is the closest threat. And you watch as the flesh opens and reveals 4 gaping flaps that are razor sharp and filled with teeth, and goes to jump for her face, letting out a screech that you have never heard an animal make so in your life. Not even you, Mr. Warman.
I'm not going to hear the end of this, aren't I?
Mr. Warman.
Mr. Warman. Abigail sees the thing open its mouth just in time, enough for her to hold up her arm and push it back. However, it's going to go for a second attack and try to rend at her chest. That will hit.
Oof.
Abigail is taking... Abigail's taking 11 points of damage as her suit rips open and a little font of blood splashes on the front of the creature.
William Smith feels very, very good about his decision to hang back.
And the creature, for its final action, will let out that high-pitched wail again. Everyone roll wisdom save.
Okay. Oof.
Abigail fails miserably.
Ow.
16.
7.
7.
William Smith. You look around as everyone seems perplexed, as if they lost sight of the creature. You're now watching as almost like an ethereal camo suit kind of just like went over this creature and it turned invisible. You can see its shape still moving. Everyone else has lost sight of the creature.
Okay.
It moved underneath the car.
Okay, so I get...
You can still, see it. No one else, everyone else has lost sight of it.
All right.
Predator.
So the thing is under the car.
Well, okay, so the thing is that you can see it, however...
I know if I announce it, that doesn't mean they can see it, but...
Yeah, if you announce it, they will not be able to see it. They still need
Right.
to roll a perception check.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can at least tell them the general direction they can look if
Yep,
they
it
want
went
to
under
find
the
it.
car.
Right.
So you guys have completely lost it, but from what William Smith has told you, it has fled underneath the car. All right, so what are you going to do? That was a free action.
Right. So can I get a good shot at it from where I'm at?
No, it is covered by the car. This would take a little bit more finagling to get a good shot at it.
Well, he's not going to get any closer. So, can't. I guess.
I'd let you take the shot with disadvantage.
So just hope that it hit. I guess may as well. Sure, I'll do that. All right, 12. Okay, so 12.
Plus,
Plus nothing.
For-
Oh, wait.
yeah.
Oh, right, the proficiency. So 15. I apologize.
15? Let me see if this works. You could have sworn you hit the thing. You actually see it, like, you see, like, the ghost image kind of, like, move and jerk away from the gunshot. Mm-hmm. You almost could have sworn you hit it, but it's still underneath there and screams at you.
Okay.
And then it kind of, like, hides back into the shade of the car. So, unfortunately, that did not hit.
Okay. And, yeah, my guy is not going to move closer, so
Okay.
so he'll just stay where he is.
All right, Brian, you're up.
Okay. So let's see. So car from my position's like what? Maybe how far?
You can get around to the opposite end of the car from where you are right now if you take a full movement.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take
Okay.
a full movement, get as close as I can. Ready my rifle,
Mm-hmm.
and let me see if I can actually hit it before I do one of my feats. So that's +8 to hit. 14.
14. That does not hit.
That does not hit. Okay. And all I have is a bonus action left. So I'm trying to remember the things the wiki didn't say if cunning action has a limit. As long as I can use it as a bonus action, I can keep using it. So I'll disengage. Not
Okay.
hide, but disengage.
Okay. Ben, you're up.
yeah, it's probably a good idea to stand clear. I, being a mechanic, aim for the gas chamber of the car and try and make the fire worse, or preferably make it explode.
Are you going to shoot right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
I need you to roll me.
I'll first take my movement and stand as far away from it as possible.
Oh, you can, yes.
Yeah.
I know. I saw that look.
All right, so roll an Arcana with advantage.
$24.
All right, I got to roll severity. Do. Be right back. Because that car fucking explodes instantaneously. You watch as Abigail, William Smith, and poor old Brundle there just kind of like watches the fireball hits the gas canister. Everyone roll me, except for Ben, everyone roll me a, roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, thank Christ.
26.
Me.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the crew.
Oh, I've been in the crew, Ben. I've been in the crew plenty of times.
All right, so
Natural one for
Yep.
Brian.
Yep.
Abigail and William Smith were able to duck out of the way just
course.
in time. They're only taking half damage.
But this old fart.
Yeah,
can't.
nah.
No.
Poor old Brundle's taking a good hit of this as the car explodes. You hear the creature get out of before it goes. Oh no! As the car explodes for 14 points of fire damage. Everyone else takes half of that. How much HP do you have?
5.
basically, and I'm just face down in the dirt.
Yep.
Just maybe like a little charring on my horns. Just
Abigail's just sitting there holding her chest plate, just looking at you. Why? What made you think that was a good idea?
that's gonna be fan art. Just me face down in the dirt with a little hair like fire on me.
I made it dead.
Yes, same with him.
Oh, shit. Are you dead? See, he's good.
That did hurt.
Well, everyone roll roll a short rest roll.
So just our hit die.
Yep.
So
Hey.
No,
Back up to
roll
full.
your hit points. Roll your hit die.
yeah, right there.
No, I'm telling Stefan.
Oh, sorry.
He rolled a d20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can regain some hit points while we take a short rest here.
3.
Plus your con mod.
Okay, so 4.
Yep,
So
so you
it's
get 4
3
HP
20.
back.
Okay.
So
And I-
it's because remember mine was 3d8,
Well, I'll
so
see
I
how he
rolled
does
so
first.
5, 7.
Yeah, you can roll up to 3 times depending
Okay.
on how much you need, or you can save them for later.
Right. So and that's for in total, right?
Right, that's
Okay.
for the whole day.
For the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and I will say this: if you do roll 1, Abigail will give you a healing spray.
Okay. So I have to choose out of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll choose the 7 since it's the highest.
All right. And with that, Abigail pretty much just like pulls out a small canister that's almost like akin to like insect spray, but you know, sci-fi logic. It's healing.
The Pokemon potion.
Yeah, Pokemon potion.
So was the rolling 3 just a rule for him, or is that an everybody?
Because
thing?
my hit die is 3d8, so
Okay.
I choose one
Yeah.
out of the 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, you get all of them.
I get all of them.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, you don't have to choose the highest.
Okay.
You get,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, 5, 7, 2, 14.
14, and Abigail will also
then-
give you.
It's like the car explosion never happened.
Abigail will give you 5 HP
Okay,
back.
So that puts me at 23.
She kind of like looks at you and just goes, "It's okay. I kind of don't need it. The good old boys at Elixir Tech are pretty good with this." You look down and you watch as small, little, almost machine-like figments are starting to fill in the spot where the cut was.
Where was that in the war?
You still got the hole in your armor. You wanna
That's
hand
not
with that?
That's not getting fixed anytime soon. What? You can do something about that?
Yeah, sure. I cast mending on it.
Nice. You actually brought her AC back up to full.
Yeah, I work on cars. Usually I put them together. That one
And
I
in
made
this case,
explode.
in this case, you took it apart.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right. Well, at this point, Abigail's just like, okay, well, I no longer have my leads, so we had 2 missing persons. I had their ID. I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to HQ that there are now 2 charred dead corpses in the middle of the woods when I'm trying to find one person who went off screaming into the night.
I have a question. Don't you guys record everything that goes on when you're on patrol?
Smart.
I was in the war.
We do have that, yes, but let's be real here. She like looks to the rest of you. Considering what we are, they don't really take our word very seriously.
But it's fair enough.
Kobolds do suck.
She looks at you just like,
Can you please hit him again?
By the way, I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on myself. I only have 10 health right now.
oh geez.
Oh man.
But luckily I roll a d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is my charisma, which is 4. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of health back. Oh no! All right, 6 health it is.
6 health, alright.
Oh.
Well, did you? Was that including the healing from the short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
Alright, so Abigail just looks over. Well, Now I got this, and my missing person's still out there somewhere. I'm at, like, I guess the only other thing I could possibly do is just head over to the toe finger.
Yeah, they got radiation meds there. I don't want to get
wait.
cancer.
Radiation wait, you're going into the Nebula?
We need a resupply.
Why would you go into the Nebula to find food? The only other way you would find fresh meat is going past the Nebula.
Speaking of fresh meat, what about these things? Should we inspect this meat?
I suppose.
Roll a survival check if you want to try to rotor-rooter through this creature.
4.
Oh,
Hey.
natural 20.
Hey,
Natural
now we're
20?
talking.
-3 though.
You remember from your acting classes that there are small creatures that are made from illithids. And illithids are octopus people that are known for using a lot of psychic energy. These creatures that you just killed were intellect devourers. Creatures that are literal human or creature or any person of intellect's brain with legs.
Is it edible?
I mean, with a nat 20 on fucking survival, anything's edible.
I don't want to eat it right now. I want him to cook it. That's our whole thing.
Judge?
I mean, your boss told you don't eat anything that had an intellect on it, and you just literally found out these are intellect devourers.
Okay. I don't know how I learned that in acting class, but I guess I did.
Really intense acting courses. Stealed your mind.
Method acting.
Method acting.
The process.
They brought it in like become this.
The illithid.
Become the illithid.
And I did it. I became it. I got a gold star and everything.
With that knowledge in tow, it makes a lot more sense as to what happened to the car victims.
Yeah.
Something got their minds in the back of their head and ran off into the woods. You do remember that there was a blood trail. You could follow that.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry though. You said there was meat past the storm.
Well, I mean, you could go hunting for whatever creature you were looking for into the storm. I mean, she looks at the cell phone that you guys decrypted. The fuck is a Sasquatch?
Oh, they meant Satchmo.
Yes.
Big hairy thing. Made of meat.
I mean, I never heard of this creature before, ever, but if it came out of the Nebula storm and you want to go hunt it, then sure. Look, there's a lot of shit to clean up here. So long as we can figure out what is causing all of this shit, I'll turn a blind eye and make sure you guys can get through the Nebula storm without the cops coming on you.
Oh, I know this one. The Nebula storm. That's what caused it. Stuff comes out of it.
She pats you on the shoulder. All right, well, I guess we should follow that trail. She, like, taps the side of her head to look it through her visor. It starts to fade in, but then warbles in and out, and then returns back. She taps her head, kind of, like, confused. Huh. That's weird. She starts, like, holding her head, just like, okay, ow.
Oh, did you get ear cancer?
It sounds like I might have. There's something ringing in the back of my head.
Okay, well, just don't touch me if you have the ear cancer. I don't want to catch it.
It's gone now, whatever it is, but I can't activate my visor. She did have she was trying to use it as a set map. So
Yeah.
your map to get to the toe finger from here is out, based on her ideas.
Well, great.
What about your owl?
Yeah, I mean, we know the general direction. We'll send him up again. I send Lynch up to scout out the path between here and the toe finger again.
All right. With that, you tell Abigail which way to go. She actually tells you to follow her. She'll take you to her car so you can get there faster. With your owl as the guide.
Oh, Miss
And
Rich
with that-
person, she could afford a car.
With that, you get to sit in the side of the car where it's behind the bars.
Oh, right, it's the work car. Okay.
Hey, when we're done here, you want a free oil change?
Sure, I guess you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Okay.
With that, we'll take a quick break.
Cool.
Welcome back.
Hello.
We're here. We're not walking. We're sitting in the squad car.
Heading on over to the toe finger.
Yes, indeed.
Let's finger some toes.
I'll just make a path for you.
Zito wipes the beer spillage off of his cell phone.
Oh.
Yep, it's fine. There's just one droplet. Although everything now smells like Anchor Steam. Excellent. All right. Okay, gentlemen. So, you guys in the squad car head on over to the toe finger. And when I mean toe finger, you're actually looking at a very large, maybe like 300-foot square wide building, 2-story tall. It's some kind of ligament. It's some kind of like appendage. You can't tell if it's a toe, and you can't tell where it's a finger. Somewhere it starts and somewhere it begins, but looking at this thing, you just can't quite tell. Is the top part a toe, or the top part a finger, or is the bottom part where the fingers start? It's just crazy. So crazy, in fact, that you need to roll a perception check.
All right. No bonuses. Hooray. 15.
13.
Or you for the dex save.
So,
13.
13? Okay, while everyone else is kind of like confused and trying to figure out, no, that's where the toe starts. No, that's where the finger starts. That's where the toe. There are red dots in the floor as you're driving on close up to the toe finger building.
Is that something we should be concerned about?
Concerned about what? Abigail says, looking to you.
There's dots on the road. Red ones.
Red dot, she like stops the car just before you guys roll on up to the gate. There's like a wooden gate that stretches around, and up on the top there's a crazy old prospector man with like a big toothy smile and a beard all the way down. Like this is a painted picture, by the way. It's not a person. It's not a real person. It's like an old prospector with like a giant toothy grin, like big straw hat, nose all the way out, like almost as long as a kobold snout. And he's got a beard that rolls down all the way to the floor. This sign is probably like 6 feet up off the ground. Old man Lungleford's spooky Nebula trail. Welcome to the toe finger. Praiseful Gorbeth. It says all on that sign.
So much hair.
As you guys step out of the car, you look out into the distance. There are indeed small little, what look like metal protrusions coming out of the floor. And they have little red blinking dots on them. And they're kind of just like traced all around the building. And this is beyond the gate.
I conjure a mage hand and poke one.
All right. Your hand kind of just like forms out of the air, and you slowly go over and boop the red dot. That was a landmine.
Okay.
That's about what I expected.
Yep. Called it.
I mean,
You had to actually call it if you were going to call it.
Well,
Could have saved us
As
some
you
trouble.
hear that, you all hear off in the distance, I told you, you little gray matter suckers, to stay away!
hi.
charge.
All right. You scream out high off into the distance. As you watch the ground erupt in front of you as you hear a gunshot, Abigail immediately hits the deck behind the car and readies her pistol. You have no idea where that shot came from.
Oh boy. Well, you spooked him.
Hey, Lynch, you want to go have a look-see? Let's have a look-see. I send Lynch up to see if I can see where a gunman might be located.
You're gonna have the owl fly up.
Yep. It's cool. If he gets shot, I can just summon a new one.
Yeah, you kind of watch as Lynch flies up into the air. As a gunshot explodes out, and you watch as a puff of feathers fall down.
Can I see where the gunshot came from this time?
Roll a perception check.
Modified 20.
Nice.
Yep. There are a couple of... Again, you just can't tell if it's a toe or if it's a finger, but up on the second story, where the nail is it a toenail or a finger? Fuck, I can't tell. Anyway, from the middle of the finger or toenail is a couple of small windows, and in the dead center, a spark of light from where the gunshot was. That's where it came from.
Yeah, he's up by the nail. Speaking of which, I conjure a shield in front of me, like stuck into the ground like a siege shield.
Are you still standing in broad like visibility?
Well, not anymore. Now I got a shield that looks like a toenail in front of me.
It's the sight of their people.
And I take cover behind it.
You little bastard, stay away! You won't take my insanity! No, you won't!
The next owl will also be named Lynch.
Thank you for letting us know.
All right.
What about you guys? Because you guys are standing right there as you hearing this old man scream from the toe fuck, I don't know.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And I will say this, you're like about a good 100 feet away before you can actually reach the building.
Just another cuticle dweller in the corporate machine.
How far away is the cuticle?
It's 2 stories up, so...
Yeah.
Like, you're 100 feet away, and then it's another story up. So
Okay,
you're
but still
looking at...
100 feet away, basically.
You're like 120 feet away from you at this point.
Okay. So, well within my rifle range is what I'm gauging.
Yeah.
Abigail looks to you. I'd rather have a more peaceful solution about this, and I'd rather not have to deal with bloodshed of an old man.
How?
An old man who's shooting at us, therefore self-defense.
He also did claim he was insane.
Right, but he claimed full Gorbanth. That's his religious right.
And also, insane people never know that they're insane, or else they wouldn't be insane. So.
That's the whole point of full Gorbanth, though. Everyone roll a religion check.
Oh boy.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Hey.
Full Gorbanth is the literal elder god of chaos. He is a math of wriggling eyes and creatures, and spawns creatures from beyond the stars that no one ever knows, but knows what their form are, where they came from. However, without chaos, there would be no order. So it's actually very nice for it's a sort of comforting feeling that like people can dwell on their ids and also like come out refreshed, and that's pretty much what full Gorbanth followers like to a moderate extent will give out. That's why this guy is giving tours to go into the Nebula. He's giving people a sort of thrill or a seek of adventure, and yet keeping them like having like them sate their egos and their ids at the same time, kind of just to like keep them like, okay, look, there's order in the world and there's chaos. Why don't I show you what chaos has to offer so you don't feel like your lives are completely boring? That's what these tours are all about. That's what full Gorbanth is about, is to give some kind of like rush to everyday mundane shit.
Okay.
So you can't really spout that the guy's insane and that means he's evil. That's not what the Elder Gods are about.
That's religious persecution.
Yeah, that's religious persecution at that point.
Yeah.
The Elder Gods are always about some kind of aspect, but they're never good nor evil. There's always a gray area, and they're never either good or evil. There's just that gray area that they're at.
So let's just say I explained that. I
Yeah,
guess.
well, I also rolled a 16 for my
Okay,
religion
cool.
check. So
Yeah,
it's like-
so you know,
somewhat explain
you don't really get the whole aspect of what's going on except when he tells you
Yeah.
that, but you get the idea that this would cause a lot more shit if you just straight up killed him and claimed he was just insane.
Yeah.
Because if they find out, hey, what was his god that he followed? It was full Gorbanth. You just killed this man's God-given right to be this way.
Yeah.
How far away is the base of the building?
100 feet.
Okay.
And it's completely littered with landmines.
So, could you not just conjure something very large, just smack down on the landmines, and then get them out of the way, and then we just walk through?
Well, again, Abigail like pulls out her loudspeaker from behind the car. It's just like, again, we could try to talk this out with him if anyone wants to try that.
I do have very high charisma.
I was about to say.
She hands you the loudspeaker.
And I guess I do know about the religion, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this experience. It has been very fulfilling, and you're doing your religion credit by making us very excited and giving us an experience of chaos by shooting at us. Very nice of you.
Roll diplomacy. That's persuasion.
Yeah. 16 plus 4, so...
Modified 20.
Yep.
Yes.
You ain't here to take away my insanity?
No. That's not something we would do. That'd be such a sane thing to do. And
I know, right? Just like that cop that was running on through here before.
Tell me more about this cop. That sounds very interesting.
We tell him we want a tour.
Oh, and also, while you do that, could we have a tour and experience
I can't
more?
give you a tour. You see this place? It's all filled with explosives. That crazy man, he put it together.
Oh,
He's a sane bastard, I'll tell you that.
so you didn't do the landmine thing?
I mean, I started to, and then he finished the job and barricaded me in here. He's working with the little fellers.
Oh, okay.
Would you like me to splode you a path out?
What are you, crazy? Them little fellas are still out there. It's a
Whoa.
blessing and a curse to be in here, son.
If I say yes, I'm crazy, is that a good or a bad thing?
What?
Exactly.
As you can see, no sane people here.
Oh, that look.
All right. Well, I'm inclined to agree with you. I do like living, and I ain't a fan of them fancy little you watch as like there's a tat that kind of just like peers up over the window, and there's a beard that just falls out of the window.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got one of them cops with you. How do you claim to be insane if you got someone who's all about order?
We discovered this cop via random circumstance, and we embraced that experience.
So you are sane.
We are also doing semi-illegal things as we do this, and I just announced that. So, would a sane person do that?
Okay, how are you going? Is that deception? Is that... are you trying to deceive, or are you telling the truth?
Well, I did just tell
No,
the truth.
no, listen, I get that, but I need to know for game reasons. Are you telling this man the truth, or are you trying to deceive him? You have to tell me.
He doesn't believe... I don't believe I'm actually insane, so I guess deception. Should I roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 5 plus 4, 9.
I don't believe a thing you're saying. I wish I did, but no thanks. Takes a pot shot at you.
Rude.
He misses.
Still rude.
Disbelieving an obvious liar sounds like a pretty sane thing for you to do, just saying.
Deception with advantage.
Nice.
10.
Are you talking crazy to me? I like your jargon. I like you, son. You're crazy. Don't call me crazy. I'll call you crazy.
Holy shit.
And I'll
this is
call that
actually
fella over
working.
there off to the side crazy too. He's not looking. He's not screaming towards any of you.
Which one is that exactly?
You'd have to roll a perception check to see where he's looking.
We'll take a look.
Yeah.
Hey, 18.
Christ in a handbasket.
7.
Jeez Louise.
What did you get?
That is a natural 1, by the way, for
This is
Brian.
what, my fourth one?
Yep.
Something
Literally
like.
my fourth one?
That same hairy silhouette is looking out at you from the distance.
I'm sorry, this is just so good.
Hey, want to help us get that hairy meat?
If you can get rid of them little fellers, then sure. I saw that crazy cop go inside my house and he barricaded himself. You get him out of there. Take care of these mines. Maybe you tell me I'm safe, and I'll do it.
I mean, what is safe? Really?
Safe as a man who set up landmines around my building and not allowing me to spread the light of insanity out to everyone. That's safe. You get rid of him.
I look over to Abigail.
Are you getting all that?
What the hell was he looking at?
I don't know. I was smoking a cigarette.
I
I'm
didn't see
barely
anything.
keeping up with this as is. All I know is that apparently he said something barricaded in his house. These little people, I guess he's talking about these little brain creatures?
If that's the case, we did already kill at
3.
least some of them, so we could.
So, Johnny, what did he say? Sorry, I was having a cigarette.
If you want to actually like decipher his fucking shit, his jarbled nonsense, that's an insight check.
Yep. Oh, perfect.
21.
I'm MVP today for the natural wonders. Holy shit.
12.
You pretty much deciphered that, like, this man, like, when you fucking spouted that nonsense back at him, he's just like, oh, I like you, son. He pretty much just hinted at you that, the person who set up the landmines and barricaded him in his house, barricaded him in the building, he has a little cabin off in the distance. He hid himself there.
Yeah, I think your partner might be in that house over there. Said something about little ones. Also, the Satchmo went that way.
What? Oh, okay, look, we'll worry about this Satchmo later. Now that are you sure you could decipher all of that nonsense?
No.
She kind of like pulls out. She tries to tap her head to get the visor working again. You watch as like the little visor wraps around her eyes. Her eyes kind of like make like a little robotic whir as it flips in her head and looks, not like the eye flips like backwards. It like makes like a camera kind of whirring noise as she looks at it.
So like an aperture shutter kind
Yep,
of thing?
aperture shutters. There's a little blip on her radar. And as you guys look off into the distance, there's a boarded up cabin. It looks, there's a little cabin and an outhouse. I guess we could theater the mind this for now as well.
Until something happens.
You see a little cabin off into the distance. It's out of the perimeter of the gated area, but there are actually a couple of other bleeping lights in the floor around the cabin. So you assume that, yeah, and based on her readings, yeah, I'm getting the same signature as my suit inside that house.
All right. Well, mage hand, poke. Mage hand, poke. I start trying to poke us a path through the landmines.
All right. Roll an arcane check real quick.
24.
As you're starting to like poke the landmines out of the floor, you felt something resist against your mage hand, almost like something forced it away. But you were very easily able to just bypass it. But something tried to push your mage hand away.
Does your partner do magics?
No, last I checked, he was just a marksman.
Yeah, something doesn't want my mage hand in there. It's okay. I think I got it.
All right. So you pretty much create a path in the landmines, though you guys are like the moment you guys get closer to the house, you're starting to feel like a presence give you an artificial weight, almost like gravity's getting harder and harder to walk through. Enough that it's actually hampering your guys' ability to walk, that you now feel like even in broad daylight and nothing's around you, you feel like you're walking in difficult terrain. You are now currently 30 feet away from the building. What is in front of you is you're looking off at the side of it. All of the houses are, the windows are boarded up. There are crates all over the place. There's more little droplets of blood and some kind of weird mucus that kind of like rings around the house. But again, like any way to get inside this place is boarded up. There is a ceiling with a chimney. There is a chimney on the roof. I apologize.
Can I see any of the boarded up windows? Are there any with enough of a gap for me to peer inside?
No, they're boarded up pretty tight, like wood by wood.
Okay.
Well, I guess question is who's the best at acrobatics and climbing if we want to deal with this thing.
Well, I guess that's me.
All right. Guess I'll do a acrobatics roll to
Yep.
to the roof.
You can use the crates to get up to the roof.
Okay.
However, with this artificial gravity that you're feeling as you're getting closer, you are gonna take a -2 to rolls.
Okay, I still get
Yeah.
+4. Okay, so I'll do that. Let's see. So 11.
You're able to get onto the first crate, no problem. Then you start getting onto the second crate, and that artificial weight is getting heavier and heavier.
Oh, this sucks.
You are frozen in place long enough to feel that weight, but you're still standing up.
Okay.
You're only on the second crate. There's a third crate, and then the roof itself.
Okay.
What will you do now?
Let's try again.
Take a -4 this time.
So now it's only +2.
Yep.
All right. So 16.
16?
Yeah. Because I only get +2 this time.
All right, it kind of sucks. You're now starting to feel like your shoulders being pushed down,
Yeah.
but you're still able to lift yourself up. You get to the roof. This weight is getting heavier and heavier and heavier the second you get to the roof.
Oh, these old bones. Ugh.
You guys are actually watching as Brundle's like physical form is starting to fluctuate, almost like his entire body is warbling in and out as he gets to the roof. You can actually almost feel like you're seeing something pressed down on him, and that physical pressure is actually making his body warp in and out.
I made it.
You're on the roof right now.
Yep.
You still have to get over to the chimney stack to get down.
Hey, does it hurt?
It just feels heavy.
Okay.
Ugh.
Abigail is going to attempt to get to the front door to see if like she can assist you as well. She's feeling the weight as well.
All right.
Like she's actually finding it incredibly difficult to hold her arm up as if she was ready to strike the door.
Right.
She's actually using her offhand to hold her arm up.
Okay. So if I wanted to get to the chimney, that's going to be another one, and that will just put me at no pluses?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's try that.
I'm almost there, guys. Too heavy. Too heavy. Too. Right.
You are about to take a step, and the weight buckles your own body down that you hit the roof. I need you to roll me a athletics check -6.
So I get -4 to this athletics check.
All right.
Hey.
20, so 16.
Nope. If it's in that 20,
Yeah.
you clutch onto the roof just fine, and you're able to stand back up again.
Nope. 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 Ah.
Try again.
Why don't you try again?
I'm good.
You know, it sucks now, but his glutes are gonna be so ripped.
I know, right? Someone help!
Or his bones will just break eventually because he's old.
William, I swear to God, someone help!
How do we plan to help? Because all we feel is the psychic energy.
I don't know! I'm just an old fart who was in a war!
All right, so he's struggling to get to the chimney stack at this point. You guys see this. Abigail is also getting that warbling in and out of existence sensation just by being near the building itself. It seems to be getting worse the more that Brundle is getting towards the chimney, so it's the opposite side of the building.
I try and find the window on the farthest side of the building from where Brundle is.
Are you going to stay out of the pressure zone, or are you going to walk within it?
I'm gonna try and stay out of it as much as possible.
Okay. I need you to roll me a stealth check. Or, I'm sorry, not a stealth check, oh wait, no. Okay, so you're just gonna walk around it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you actually stop just before you step on another rogue landmine that you missed. You see it, you can walk around it. It was just outside the perimeter.
Okay.
Okay, you step around it.
Yep.
You are now looking at the other side of the building and an outhouse. And it looks like there's a back door that leads out where the window should have been from the opposite end. And it's completely boarded up with, there's some strips of wood that are boarding it up. However, there's also stacks of crates around it that look like it has a bunch of merchandise of the toe finger building. So you're seeing a lot of, like, foam hands that are just toe fingers.
I'm gonna...
And toe finger dolls and toe finger shirts.
I'm gonna head to that boarded up back door and conjure a crowbar and see if I can pry some of the boards off.
You head towards the back door. Your movement begins to feel hampered, and you watch as now your good boy John is starting to warp in and out of existence. Roll me an athletics check -6.
Modified 0.
Not so easy, is it?
I was hoping maybe if we, like, spread it out, but I guess not.
Nope.
Nope. You walk towards the chimney stack, and you hit the floor immediately.
Well, that's not great.
Oh, so I guess. I suppose it's not too. Is it too late to say like we go away from this place and think of something else to do?
God, I want to hit you so hard.
So you're not gonna.
No, we're not. We came this far.
So I guess. Can I roll a perception check to see if there's any openings when it comes to the building? Like
So far, well, I'll just tell you this. So far from what you've seen of your compatriots try to do, they're all stuck in this gravitational well that's close to the back end of the main cabin building. The only thing that hasn't been checked yet is the outhouse.
Okay. So I guess I head over there to the outhouse.
Okay. And since good old Johnny Boy didn't tell you about the spare landmine,
Right.
you see it as well and walk around it.
That's good.
You walk towards the outhouse. You feel no physical pressure.
Okay. Hey guys, it's all good over here. Look at this, I can jump. Whee!
I really want to hit you now.
You are standing at the outhouse right now.
I knock.
Okay. You knock on the door.
Hello? Is it occupied?
Nothing. No noise.
Kick the door in.
You kick the door in, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a con save.
Someone left you a bad present in that outhouse.
16.
There is a pillar of brains inside this outhouse coming out of the toilet with writhing little claws. They have multiple eyes and they stare at you. Their very presence was so sickening. They give off a foul odor. Now there's a tower of eyes looking at you.
I guess I'll take out my short sword and just start stabbing him.
You guys are stuck in that pressure wall right now, so
It's just
you,
me.
You take a stab at that wall there.
Yeah, at the eyes and whatnot.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay, well, that was on a
It's
corner.
on its side. Roll again.
Plus.
Plus, I don't have...
You have a short sword.
You have a short sword.
Yeah, so plus 5, so 16.
16 to hit.
Yeah.
You hit it. Deal damage.
All right, that one's D6. 3.
Okay.
Oh, I get to roll the... my initiative bonus, I get to roll the die twice for damage.
Okay.
So... Plus 5, okay.
8 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. You stab at the Tower of Brains. You carve down into the flesh, and you watch as an eye appears in its place where the gash was made. Roll me a Wisdom save.
Oh, no.
Sweet Christmas.
7. I know nothing.
You stand there dumbfounded looking at it.
Oh. Oh, God.
Okay, you guys no longer feel the same physical pressure as you actually broke its concentration, but you are now standing in front of it enough that you're so dumbfounded by this, you have this strange urge to just shut the door behind you and walk inside with it. You guys watch as William Smith kind of looks at you all, his eyes rolled in the back of his head, blood dripping down from the bottom, and he shuts the door behind him and walks in with the creature.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Pressure's gone. Should we? We need to do something about that.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah.
Abigail whips out her pistol and runs towards the door.
God, and I'm on the roof, so I'm gonna have to scramble down there.
Well, yep, you don't feel the physical pressure anymore.
Yeah. I'll draw my pistol and head after her.
Actually, how far is the outhouse from the
About a 10-foot jump from.
And I'm guessing the chimney would be
It's above. It's in the
so like
top corner. Yeah, like right there.
right there. So I'm probably like right here.
Yep.
40 feet. That should be.
You're more towards the tail end. Like you're standing on the opposite end. The chimney's on the other side, on the far eastern side.
so far eastern.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a acrobatics roll to get down to the ground.
Roll for it.
19, 6, 25.
You are now on the roof of the outhouse.
Yep. All right. Let's see. And then what was my action? So, well, that was just my movement, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to. Let's see.
Was that your intent, or did you want to just get to the floor?
Well, I just wanted to get to the floor.
Oh yeah, then you
Yeah.
do that with ease.
Okay.
It's fine.
And then I readied my bolt action rifle
Okay.
and
All right.
waiting
So,
for the door to open.
yep. No one has taken door point at this point because everyone's running over to the outhouse.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Abigail goes to open the door, and you guys watch as William Smith's lower torso is being pulled into the toilet.
I thought I was gonna sleep tonight.
I can't do anything, so...
I know. I was.
I'll grab his hand and try and pull him up.
You grab his leg.
Oh, other way.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll grab his leg.
All right, you grab one leg. Abigail grabs the other. Roll athletics to pull him up.
Right. 16.
Yep, she gets a 16 too. You both are able to pull him as you pull William Smith up. The back of his head has gashes as if something was trying to claw into the back of his head.
That implies that they weren't successful.
They were not successful, though your eyes are still glossed over. Roll a wisdom save.
Again. Ooh, 6.
He's starting to convulse and start foam from the mouth.
Let's see. Oh, we get this one medicine, huh? Oh boy.
My wisdom of 6 is biting me in the ass right now.
Is it my go or Ben's go?
I mean, we're not in initiative.
We're not in initiative.
We're not in
Okay,
initiative right now.
Let's see. Well, since we need up this one of medicine.
However,
so...
I will do this.
Oh God.
Tick-tock, gentlemen.
All right.
I conjure a big cartoon glove and smack him across the face.
Medicine with disadvantage.
6.
Okay.
Or sorry, 8.
Okay.
Well, you slap him across the face, do a 1d4 damage.
3.
3 points of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna do an insight check to see if I can figure out a way to safely shake him awake. So
That'd be-
observe, kind of like.
All right, roll it.
All right. Almost dropped my die. 14.
14. Yeah, he's choking on some. He's choking. That's what's happening around. He's choking on his own tongue at this point.
God, I don't have. Okay, I'll just try and do just a medical check.
How will you medical check him?
Well, I rolled an 18, so let me figure out a way to bullshit this.
Because it will succeed. You just gotta tell me what you want to
Okay,
do.
so what I'm gonna do is use one of my dagger's side, hold his tongue down, and to make sure he doesn't swallow his own tongue, and try to help him upright. Give him a few pats on the face. Try to get the blood flowing throughout his entire body. That's all I got. Come on, man, roll an 18.
Roll a con save.
Oh shit.
4.
Shit.
Roll a death saving throw.
So what would I, for a death saving throw, what would I?
That's a good question. I've never had to do this before. It has it on here. Sorry. Grappling check.
Yep.
Health and death. Here we go. Sorry, gotta move you. Death rolls. Roll a 1d20. If the roll is 10 or higher, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail. Do this 3 times. Rolling a nat 1 counts as 2 failures. Rolling a nat 20, you regain health.
Okay, so
So, yeah, just roll a 20-sided.
11.
So
Yep, you survive.
Okay.
He's stable, but he's still not okay.
So do I keep my 13 health at the moment, or is it going down?
Abigail just looks to you. I have one idea, but I'm not sure if this will kill him or not. She holds up her arm, flips it up to the baton, and you see the shock come out.
Homemade defibrillator, not a bad idea.
I need you two to hold him down as tightly as possible.
So athletic checks from both of us.
Yep.
All right. Nat 20.
16.
That'll be fine. Roll a con save with advantage.
Okay.
As she puts the staff to your chest. Clear!
All right, good thing it's with advantage. 11.
You're gonna be
Yep.
okay, William.
The other one was a lot worse.
She rolled a 19. You regain 5 hit points as your eyes roll back into your head properly and you spit up all the foam that was coming out.
Okay.
Though you are like twitching on the floor, like holding your chest. The last thing you remember is seeing the eyes of what looked like the entire fabric of the universe just opened up in front of you and created a maw, and you just were invited to walk inside, and you did so properly.
The funny thing is, I came out of that with more health than I had before. So apparently I got something out of that.
It's that adrenaline rush.
It's like drugs.
Yep.
So that was trippy.
Yeah, no kidding. Not a bad idea, officer.
She just looks at the rest of you terrified, just like, I don't know what to make of that. She looks over to the building. She asks you to handle the civilian while she walks over to the building to see if the pressure is still there. She does not feel the same pressure as before.
Okay.
She begins to try to move the crates away from the door frame. With an athletics check. What are you guys going to do while she's doing this?
Yeah, I'll conjure up my crowbar again and attempt to assist her.
All right.
William Smith's just gonna hang out for a bit.
Yeah, I'll watch over him and I'll, with my rifle at the ready in case something happens. So
Yep.
just sitting next to him, keeping him company.
I'm starting to think the mine was a better idea, just saying.
You know what? I'll give you credit for that. Take zombie dwarves over this any day.
Oh, I forgot hair.
What'd you
Never
roll?
mind.
Athletics.
Yeah.
2.
I got this. The SpongeBob like broken fingers meme. You look at the door, kick it. Well, I done all I could. She got good enough strength that she's able to push the stuff out of the way. The door is not boarded. She looks to you as she holds her gun. 3, 2, 1. Opens the door. What are you gonna do?
I'll pull out my pistol and go in after her.
Oh, she didn't go in. She's just opening the door.
Okay, I'll just peer in, see what I can see then.
All right. She opens the door. Roll perception.
16.
16. You only saw a little bit of the Tower of Brains. There is more of them in mass on the inside with a body hanging from the ceiling.
Don't try stabbing it.
These don't look like the same tower as before. These look like they're just rotted, decomposing versions of them and like shrunken. And there's like this weird film encasing over them, almost in the same vein as like a cocoon.
I'm going to suggest we burn this entire place to the ground and walk away.
She looks inside and you see like the fucking horror in her face as she's looking at her partner hanging from the ceiling with no head.
Well, mystery solved.
John, what do you see?
Because I'm still with.
Yeah, you're still with them.
You remember that horror movie that we saw last month?
Oh, God.
The Grudgeoning?
Oh, no.
It's nothing like that.
Oh. Why'd you reference that?
Because it's the closest thing I can think of to what this is.
So still bad.
Yeah, real bad.
She just shuts the door. She looks like she's just fed up with this world as she walks away. Do what you will. I'm gonna go get the old man.
So we doing an arson? Is that?
Well, we got permission.
Oh yeah, the cop said it's cool. So yeah, arson. Let's go. Let's get jiggy with it.
Fuck you, Stefan. All right, so you guys burn the house.
Oh God.
Yep, I'll summon an axe, start chopping the boards into kindling, and Set some firebolts around.
All right, so that takes a few minutes.
William Smith makes the decision to not look at them as they're burning, just in case.
You guys clear the minefield. This takes like 3 hours. The old man kind of just like trudges his way down. It's an old hobgoblin. Kind of just like hobbles his way down. He's wearing suspenders. His beard's all the way down to the floor. His hair's kind of combed over. He's got a little top hat. He's got the little miner's hat.
He sings as he walks.
Yeah, he sings as he walks. Here I come, here I come. Well, did you do it? It's on fire! My house is on fire!
It seemed like the simplest way to get rid of the guy inside. We're crazy.
You're absolutely right. Good job.
Thank you.
Well,
Once you figure out how to talk to this guy, it's fairly easy.
you sound like a sane person. Squints at you.
Would a sane person... no, I got nothing. Yes.
Why isn't he in the fire too? He's like the one that was started this whole thing. He orchestrated all of them to come out of the mines.
He is in the fire. Do you not see that?
Taps his head. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You can see like this man's one eye is glazed over to the left and like looks like he's half blind. The other one almost looks like it's a glass eye. Some of his teeth are missing. He's got like a necklace made out of bugs. Well, you came here to. Well, I gotta say, I'm very mighty grateful that you got me out of here. I mean, I like living. Yep,
Just always doing that.
He's always doing this, shaking his
As
arms
he's
back and
talking.
forth, like rocking back and forth.
Like he's punching a baby.
Well, I guess I guess I should at least be a little bit festive and tell you, welcome to the world's largest toe finger.
That is the largest I've ever seen.
Amazing.
So, what can I do for you, kids?
You got any meat?
Meat? I mean, there was meat in my house. And you burnt it all. It was all a bunch of flesh. They all came from the mines last I saw. I mean, my house is connected to it.
Wait, so the mines were... Oh.
Let it go. Just let it go.
What about meat that's not horrible?
Oh, well, if you're... Oh, wait, you're looking for fresh game to hunt with all that gear you guys got on. That seems... Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Like,
You explain your plight to the old man.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of this was to go hunting for some fresh meat. Well, I saw some lanky, hairy boys come on out of the Nebula one last week. There's a whole lot of them just well beyond the veil.
Oh, so
do you have a way to get us past there without getting cancer?
Oh yeah, well I mean, I guess you are one of them same folk if you want to wear protection. I mean, I was government regulated to do so and make sure that no one just walk out. There was a kid who came out with a pig's hand. That was fun.
My thinking is, can't be crazy when you're dead from cancer.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, he did have to go and get that arm cleaned up by them elixir folk, and we don't want that. That's gross. I mean, what? When your body's horribly misfigured like that, you should embrace it.
Uh-huh.
So about the not cancer stuff.
Oh yes, well, it looks like my house is burnt. So the last place I found him was in the mines. There was a couple of suits in there.
God damn it!
Oh, don't fester though. I dug myself a tunnel to see what was going on in there. As you can see, I'm all kinds of radiation blasted. As he opens his mouth to give off a smile, a couple of his teeth fall out.
Yes.
I just
Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
Glowing dentures.
Oh, hold on a second. Magic tricks the teeth into his forehead.
I just take my last carton of cigarettes, just crush them and throw them on the ground.
I'm done.
Here you go. Glowing cigarettes.
Well, we're not too far away from the mountainside. If you want to go in there and get them radiation suits, I'm sure there's a couple left. Oh, you're small fellas. You're not dwarves though. You're not goblins either.
Nope.
We're Kobold.
I don't know what a caboose is, but if you're small, there's a couple of suits in there that would fit you just right. I took a couple of those for the little kids. Had to get rid of some of the bodies though. Just shoved them on out of there.
Can we please hurry this up?
Okay, you do that, and I'll make sure I'll get you through the nebula so you can shoot you down some hairy boys.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't like him.
he's a worshiper of chaos. What did you expect? I
Abigail-
mean, you of all of us should know.
Yes, but I don't have to like it.
Abigail returns, all distraught about what the fuck she just had to do. She tells you that she called dispatch to get a couple of people out here to figure all this out.
Sorry about your partner.
Well, we're gonna go hunting now.
Here you go. I hand her a glowing self-help book on dealing with grief. Free oil change, though.
Free oil change. Well, what did the old man have to say?
Well,
A lot of things that didn't make any sense, and a few things that did, including getting us like nothing that helps you really. Like, sorry.
apparently the abandoned mine is connected to his house. There's a tunnel there, and there's some suits left over. So we're gonna have to go down there and get it. And he's gonna lead us past the Nebula storm. And
Yeah, we were focused on solving our problem.
Old man Lungleford is standing right next to you. Hi.
Oh,
Oh, I should at least tell you where it is,
how did he
shouldn't I?
do that?
He pats you on the head. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He like takes you over to it where his building once was. Oh, you didn't touch the entryway. That's good. Kind of like shuffles on over to the outhouse. Here you go.
Is this a working outhouse?
What's an outhouse?
Okay,
This is
good.
my secret tunnel.
Okay, good.
This is where I dug to get myself in there. I hid it so that no one would be able to find the other secrets down there. There's the secrets. Secrets? What are the secrets? They're a mystery to me too.
Are the other secrets meat?
I suppose. I mean,
okay. So, no matter what, we were going to the mine anyway.
Right, but now you get to go with your brains in your head. Unlike the way you were gonna go before, so that's good.
The way I was gonna go before was going there, and then you were like, "No, we have to go
well,
see
why don't
smoke."
you just take the stairs? He like lifts up the toilet and flips it up, and there's a staircase that leads down.
Cool. All right. Fine.
I'll go first.
All
Yes,
right.
please.
So Abigail's gonna follow you as well.
All right.
She's got a. You guys don't eat light. You're all kobolds. You
Yeah.
pretty much could see in darkness. You're going down a small tunnel that looks like it was carved out. It's lime. It looks like really like cured out limestone as you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
The stone starts to turn red, showing that someone like put that in there and it was starting to erode with time. And now it's slowly turning into like just red earth. You guys are starting to feel that same pressure from before. It's not as huge, but as you're entering the end of a tunnel, you're starting to now look at a giant opening that leads into. Excuse me. This looks like a collapsed in. It looks like a collapsed in mine.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a circular room right now with like at least like maybe 50 feet to walk around in. There are two tunnels that lead to there are two tunnels, one that leads to the left and one that leads to the right from inside, and the entire ceiling is collapsed in with a couple of bodies hanging off from the ceiling. Their heads are split open.
Charming.
And the bodies are, some of them are skeletal, some of them are like just rotted flesh, still kind of there.
Okay.
So, which path will you take?
I'm gonna do a perception check. See
Okay.
if I can figure out which one seems more pleasant to go through. So I just got a straight up 10.
You don't know about pleasantries. All of this seems horrible. There's all that same filmy stuff that you saw from inside the building that's all around this place. It's hanging off the ceilings, it's hanging off the bodies. It goes into both tunnels.
I'm starting to think that I shouldn't have come down here. I've already nearly had my brain eaten, and I think I was just following you guys because I've been doing that for a while, and now I'm regretting it. So just want to get that out there. Fuck you.
Abigail taps her monitor. It's still kind of warbling, and she says that she still feels hears the same whistle in the side of her ear. But then she looks over to you. But wait a minute, didn't you hit it? Shouldn't there be some kind of, I don't know, blood trail?
No, just made eyes. Just made more eyes. It's all eyes.
Everyone roll a survival check.
All right.
Blood's not real. Natural one.
6.
If you rolled a 5 as well, you guys can't see shit.
Whamp, whamp, whamp.
I conjure a coin and flip it to decide which way to go.
Honestly, at this point, it's like, yeah, he should be taking point.
So what's the call? Heads left, tails right? What is it?
Sure. Dragon logo left. D&D right. Left.
Left.
All right. Bless you.
Thank you. So you guys head left. You are now entering what looks like it looks like it's a storage room. It's a very large room. It still is an arcing tunnel, but it leads out more. There's a path that you could still walk in, but the crates are so huge it looks like there was like a bulldozer and a couple of other pieces of construction equipment down here. So this leads to another path where these vehicles were able to enter. Obviously not through the tunnel you guys just came in from. That was made by the old man. There are 4 giant crates that lead downwards. They're all 30 feet spread apart. That sticky film is on the ceiling and also on top of the crates. And the bulldozer looks like it has a person sitting inside of it that's skeletal, but the skull is cracked open.
I'll take a look at
The pressure has actually dissipated from you guys walking this way.
I'm gonna take a look at that bulldozer, see if it's still operational.
Alrighty. Roll me a roll me in history.
11.
You don't know if there's a key mechanism in here, but with a little bit of finagling, everything else seems a little operable.
I was going to say, could I help with a history check as well?
Go for it.
Because I get +4 to history. 7. So no.
Nope.
I could try, but my guys.
We're all just trying to see if this thing works. It looks like
Yeah.
it's operable, but it's just that you have no way of knowing how to start it.
Okay, 18.
18?
Yeah.
No, this thing works. And you can tell that this thing works, and you can just tell that there's like, maybe it just needs a jump start. It's just been down here for so long that with enough juice, it might actually be able to run. It runs on magic. It has the same kind of ethereal liquid hatch, crystal hatch that was on the car from before. So this thing runs on some kind of energy.
Okay, so yes, it can run. I'm wondering why we would want it to.
In case we needed to dig our way out. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Just a thought.
I think it's a good thought.
I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but if we're going after the evil things that we don't like, wouldn't we go towards the pressure stuff that we don't like?
I mean, I just want the radiation suit to not get cancer.
Yeah.
If we can do that without facing the horrible monsters from beyond the veil, then, like, great.
How does the cop feel about that?
I already called dispatch. At this point, fair is fair. I should at least see you guys get your suits so you can go about your merry way. So we can at least get you out of here before the rest of dispatch shows up and starts questioning you.
Okay, so we can just get what we want and not have to deal. Okay.
She looks so fucking, like, just absent-minded at this point. She doesn't look like she has any heart in any of this.
Glowing Prozac?
She slaps your hand away.
Okay.
I'd say let's not push it with the only person helping us.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
As ugly as she may be.
What's your AC? She just turns around and
14.
Just turns around and cold clocks you in the face. Yeah, she hits.
He's not a nice person.
3 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start poking around, see if I can find any place where radiation suits might be stored.
All right, everyone, roll investigation.
All right.
15.
4.
Nat 20.
Nice.
You get cracked a little bit. You get cracked in the head so hard that you hit the side of one of the crates, and wouldn't you know it, just your luck, that one crate, the door slid a little bit with the force of you hitting into it, that you're able to push it off to the side, and there are a few small, stout person-sized radiation suits.
Look, I did it!
Glowing cookie.
Thank you. Boy, did you do it. All right.
I'll put on a radiation suit.
All right, so you guys will take your radiation suits and head on up back to the same way you came.
Yep.
Yep, Abigail will, again, she's going to head back over towards the building, and since you guys found this place, she's like, well, if we're feeling that same pressure, it's better that someone else come in here and handle the situation, I suppose. We are just kobolds. We probably get ourselves killed if we try to take on this thing.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
All right, well, they're probably going to have this place quarantined, so you boys best take care of what you need to take care of soon and get back to work.
All right.
Wow, this was a huge failure for this section. This was a huge fucking failure. So you saved the old man, so that's fine, and you got the radiation suits, but boy, is there some fucking loose threads.
But they're kobolds. They just want to take care of their shit.
Yep.
I mean,
No, that's fair.
this is a Kobold one-shot.
Yep. So you head back over to Old Man Lunglefort. He gives you a small map. He gives you a map of the area, and he points you out in the direction where you want to go. He actually takes you up to the top of the toe finger, and you look outside the window, and whoever wants to roll a perception check to see if they can find the location that the old man's pointing at, he gives you a little spyglass, so get advantage rolls.
All right.
Modified 20.
15.
15?
He got,
Yeah.
He got
Yep.
the.
Yep. You can see off in the distance. There's like a whole herd of those hairy creatures. Just that. There's your meat. There's your quarry. You with the map that the old man has given you, you guys are actually heading off into the woods through the Nebula storm. You almost feel as you're walking through like this giant, like noxious, like purple cloud that kind of like mists over the forest. It almost feels like you're looking into stars, like just pure, unadulterated starlight. And then as you walk through, the old man tells you, okay, what you do is you just constantly keep walking. Don't stray off the path that he gave you. It should be pretty straightforward, since there's no radiation suit for him because you guys kind of fucking blew up the house. So he can't really help you out with that. So I need everyone to roll me a...
I thought he liked mutations, but okay.
Yep. I need you guys to roll me a perception check with advantage. Since you have a map, it can guide you.
15.
12.
10.
So really low rolls, jeez.
Yep.
Yep. Well, you guys have made it through like the searing sea of stars. The fog is starting to go away, and you're watching as like the veil of reality returns back into the forest. You hear the Geiger counters in your ears, like just clicking nonstop, and then they're slowly starting to fade away as you walk out. Mm-hmm. You think it might be the best idea to not take off the suit while you're still in this location. But you do see off in the clearing, there are a bunch of, there's like maybe 4 or 5 of these giant, like, hairy creatures. They all look apish in a way. They got pretty much like their hair kind of like sags and kind of like walks behind them. They look like 12 feet tall, svelte as all get out, and they're all like eating berries off trees. From where you are, they have not seen you enter out from the storm, so they have not seen you, so you have the element of surprise on your hand. Though walking out in daylight, these suits are kind of bright, so to make yourselves known is going to be very hard for nothing to not see you if you get any closer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got an idea.
All right.
I'm gonna set up my tripwire trap. I'm gonna go invisible, which I can do. I don't know if you knew that I can be invisible.
With you, I'm not gonna doubt anything.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
circle around behind him, and then run at him all booga 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 and drive him towards you and the trap. And then we all shoot him with guns.
Does that sound fine to you?
Sure, yeah.
All right, well, let's me and you get our rifles ready.
Yeah.
Go get them, Johnny.
So yep, that's my plan. I'm gonna take a moment in where we are, unobserved, to set up my my tripwire trap.
Alrighty.
Uh,
I need just to quickly roll me a sleight of. Actually, no. Roll me a stealth.
all right. 12.
Yeah, you're able to put it in a place where it's not going to be located. Especially with your invisibility going on, you could do this without being detected.
Oh, right.
So you get the trap in there. Though it will be another stealth check, even with invisibility, so it's going to be with advantage
All right.
to get around these boys.
Ooh, yay advantage. 16.
16?
Yep.
Yep. With the 16, you're able to get around them in the distance. You are in full position to do so. Everything looks like it's going to work out just fine. Though you kind of look up into the sky and off in the distance to see if your friends are ready and able to, like, give you the okay that you're set to go. Like you kind of gave them a signal. There are a pair of very large red and yellow eyes looking at you from the distance from the Nebula storm. It does not it doesn't do anything. Like, this is like you just look off into the storm in the direction of it. These eyes look at you. Whatever this thing is, like, you see like what should be a head, and then like a pair of like veiled wings kind of like envelop around itself, and it disappears.
Huh. Probably not my problem.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and, with my invisibility still going, it'll drop as soon as I actually do an attack. But I'm just gonna take a pot shot at the closest one of these things to me.
Alrighty. You two, what are you guys doing in preparation for this to go?
Just get low on the ground, get the rifle out, have it aimed and ready.
All right, roll
Just ready.
stealth.
Roll stealth. It's 23.
18.
Good rolls. You guys are pretty much invisible, even with your bright colored, like, fucking hazmat suits. All right, roll to hit.
All right. Hey, nat 20.
Nice.
You, like, out of nowhere, you're just like, okay, so the head might be a good place just to take a shot. So, what are you firing?
I'm casting a firebolt through my pistol.
All right, roll damage and then times 2.
That'd be 8 damage.
Well, roll to actually hit it.
That was the nat 20, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
He's just rolling for damage now.
Yeah. He's rolling for damage. So 8, so 16 points of fire damage. You guys watch as like a ball of fire just erupts out from the woods, and one of the poor boys like gets set on fire. Whoa! Whoa! Running back and forth as all the other ones turn and see this. One of their friends is on fire. Like one of them tries to pat them down. Nat 1, it gets on fire. So now there's like 2 or 3 of them just trying to like in vain, now just running around in fire trying to stop, drop, and roll as the other ones run in your general direction. There are 2 more coming your way towards the tripwire. Okay, so the first one activates the tripwire. And so I'm going to assume based on what we did, the tripwire is just there for them to fall, yes? It's not there was a snare trap and a tripwire.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one didn't roll so hot either, so the other 2 that are not on fire fall face first right in front of you.
Let's shoot him.
All right, roll to hit.
All right.
Roll to hit with advantage.
Cool. So 17. All right. So 17 plus 7. So
25.
24.
You both hit. Are you guys, which one are you aiming at?
The first one that fell.
Okay, and what about you?
The other one.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Max damage, 6.
And does this count as like the first initiative?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I get to roll twice. 5 and 1. All right, so 6.
All right, so who here are the real monsters as you guys are now in the woods gunning down?
Yeah.
The ones without hair.
Yep.
I submit that the real monsters were the brain things. Those
That's
were
true.
the real
Ditto.
monsters.
That's true.
They did try to eat me, yes.
We're morally neutral in this situation.
I mean, I'm actually lawful neutral, so.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. So based on the trap you guys set and how low I rolled with these boys, you're going home with meat.
Yeah?
Yep. You come back with a bunch of, like, you guys are just you only have enough to carry like maybe 1 or 2 of the bodies. So you guys decide to take the ones that are not burnt.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Because with the fall damage and you guys right there, right next to him, that was coup de grace.
I figured, yeah.
Cool.
So there's you guys lugging back a Sasquatch body.
We have some Satchmos.
You guys notice that there is now a full force of root knots at the world's biggest toe finger. You decide that might be the best case to not end up in that. So you guys take the route less traveled around there, away from the car crash, and you actually find yourselves on the unfinished constructed freeway, the route that will take you to the freeway, and you use that to find yourself back to the Toad in the Hole.
We're finally done.
I set 2 things on fire.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, 4 if you count what these things are. The Satchmos.
Do you count him?
That was the car.
You got hit by
The
the
car set you on fire. I set the car on fire.
As you guys go in through the back, you see your boss kind of like kick the door down. What did you do? What is this?
Don't worry, they don't talk.
Meat.
They
This
just
will fill up stock for years, if anything.
As long as someone doesn't unplug the fridge.
Well, come on, get inside.
All right,
I'm gonna
all
have
right.
you guys start cooking some burgers.
All right.
Just right
So
away.
Is
No
this a
rest, huh?
is this a Satchmo? Is that what you're talking about?
Apparently so.
Satchmo, yes.
By God, it's such a short name. I don't know what this thing is, but if we can go out and hunt more of these things, Satchmo Burgers will save the toad in the hole.
Turns out they're real dumb. So that should be easy.
Boys, be prepared for a higher pay grade. You did good today. Let's see how well they taste. And that's where we'll end the session. What became of the creatures inside the mountain? We don't know.
The kobolds don't give a fuck.
Yep, they don't give a fuck.
Nope.
Maybe, Yep, unfortunately, we will never know what happened inside that mountain, and we will never know what the true intent of the intellect devourers were, and we will never know what that thing was that stared back at you through the, through the Nebula storm.
They got their meat.
I'm sorry, guys. If that seems like a cliffhanger, they got really bad rolls. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
They got their meat and they got more money. What else
What else could they want?
We're simple folk.
And when that cop comes by for a free oil change, she's gonna get a glowing spark plug and then a real expensive tow truck bill.
Well, gentlemen, that's the one shot.
Yeah.
You guys took the safest route possible. It got you what you wanted. You actually succeeded. You succeeded your mission. But
Yeah.
if we ever come back to this in some capacity, there's gonna be some problems brewing.
We succeeded in our mission, but at what cost?
Tune in next time for more Tales of Interest.
Oh, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Stefan almost died.
I almost died. I'm a car.
I was fine.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you again next week for a much more canonical episode of TFS at the Table. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.